Base Sims 4 is complete ass.
We're live.
No,
That's
you know
not
what's crazy?
entirely true.
You know what is crazy is that I have the packs
Just give him like
that
2 minutes.
I
Fair enough.
legally definitely bought.
I bought all of my Sims 4 packs, except for the ones my dad bought me.
I
I
definitely
pirated
bought more.
everything.
I definitely bought. Yeah, definitely mine. Mm-hmm.
Anyways. That's Mark, by the way. He's crying because she left him at the altar.
Fuck Mark.
Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Mark. But they have a really cute baby together. His name's Dusty. I mean, he's a teenager now, but he's a baby in my heart.
Okay.
I get really, like, attached to my Sims. Like, I literally have cried over Sims deaths, and I don't cry at, like, most things. Like, it's crazy.
You're a very
Take it to the
special
station. Try to get me
type of
pregnant.
thing.
What happened? Wait, what happened about pregnant?
Anyway.
By the way,
I
guys,
think you're
we're
gonna have
live.
to ask her.
We're live.
What did Yaka ask?
Well, Yaka said that you were trying to get him into that game, so that way you could get him pregnant.
Yeah,
True or false?
true.
True.
I love that she doesn't deny it.
Yeah.
I've
Speak
had
your
many-
truth, Queen.
I've had many
Speak your
male
truth,
pregnancies in The Sims. Did you know
Speak your fucking
that-
truth, Queen.
canonically
Girl.
in the Forgotten Realms, kobolds and dragonborn can get pregnant? Male, I should specify. And wouldn't you know it, I have a kobold that I'm DMing for right now.
I fear for that man's life.
I found
But
that out my
anyway, 2
first
minutes are
session
over.
DMing.
Interesting.
That
Are we gonna
is
play the game?
crazy.
Yeah, I'm not the same. I mean, you've had a fucking 5-minute conversation about Sims 3. It is 3 AM over here. I'm ready to hang someone.
Yeah.
Oh well, boo-hoo. Hang yourself.
you-
It's good. Sims is fucking good. Piss
Here,
off.
yeah, I'm going to the rope store. Do you need anything?
Look, Sims is
Bro, go to
good.
the mid store and get another Sims copy.
I'm going to the rope store. Do you need anything?
Going to the rope store? Absolutely not. Let's go. The Sims is just too good.
So I couldn't get like a better segue for us to start here.
Let's play the game!
Time to play the game.
Time to play the game.
It's Cube's fault, Hariki. Blame Cube. Don't blame us.
Yeah, true.
But I found these dice
He's got it.
today. I organized all my dice. And now I have Theon's. Theon has 3 sets of dice. And I never use them because they always roll bad.
Pain. Pure pain.
Pure pain, pure chaos.
I spend a lot of fucking money on her dice. And what do? Not.
Fail you.
Mm-mm-mm.
But I'm gonna use them today and hope to God that they work well for me. They're liquid
Oh,
core
I'm getting old.
and they're gorgeous.
I'm getting old.
Why?
My back.
Getting old.
Dear D&D Beyond people,
You're already
suck my dick.
there.
I'm using an ad block.
D&D Beyond, everybody. I force my players to use D&D Beyond so I can put things in their inventories.
I have physical dice, but
Because you hate us?
So I can put things in your inventories. You guys can
Okay.
use physical
hate
dice
us.
to roll.
Well, I have physical dice. I don't have a desk. I have my bed.
Do you have
Damn.
a floor?
That's why you
That's-
gotta get a tray.
Crazy.
That's what trays are for.
Or the floor?
Yeah, I have a floor. It's hard floor,
I've been
and I want to
Wait,
sit on a
haven't
hard
you
floor for 4 hours. Want to sit on hard for 4 hours?
Yay, hard floor, 4 hours.
Exactly. Also, too, I like my. I don't want to lose shit on my bed.
I can't play in my bed anymore because I will fall asleep.
Damn, that's crazy.
Notice
Listen.
how I haven't been falling asleep during sessions? It's because I don't go in my bed until, like, after the session. Or at least close to the end of the session.
So that way, if
I
she
can't.
falls asleep. Oh, is he?
I can't fall asleep right
Cubicle
now.
here.
I got a tattoo tomorrow.
Cube here.
But he's
Ooh,
Well, I mean,
send the
that's-
inspo.
That's dependent. If everybody's done talking about random shit, that'd be great.
We're
Well,
till
we're
bed,
done, I guess.
now we're talking about to
Wait.
fill in the time because you're here.
Exactly.
I've been sitting here
You were
waiting.
gone.
We were
You
waiting
were
on
on,
you!
yeah.
We were
Yeah,
live.
We called your
exactly, bro.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
funny as hell. He
fool.
came in all mad
I
as
was
hell.
waiting. Okay.
Yeah, that's incredible. You can't come in
Fixing-
mad as hell when you were the one we were waiting for. That's
Suck my
ungodly.
fucking nut,
Damn.
Cube. Actually, go suck
Could've
my
just
fucking
easily
nut.
said, "Oh, guys,
real.
are we ready to start?" Like, "Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Are you ready to start?" You could have just listen. You gotta learn to be assertive, okay? That's what you need.
Okay. All right.
But he also has to learn to not interrupt people.
That is also
Also
true.
have to learn. Yeah.
He has a lot to work on.
That's true. That's pretty fair, honestly.
We don't need to talk about that right now.
That's crazy.
We have to shame him on his own stream. How will the people know who they're supporting?
How will the people know who they're supporting?
Well, a tad bit too far. Great.
You're welcome.
Love that for
That
you,
should
Lino.
We're gonna fucking die this session, guys.
If Fionn eats
Let's
shit and dies, okay?
Then I can go
Let's
to bed.
fucking die.
You can't kill off 2 of my characters. Come on now. That wouldn't be right.
You killed off
Come
your
on,
own
you killed
character.
off-
Shut your face.
Yeah, you kind of killed off
Can
your
we
own
start?
character.
Genuinely.
Well,
like,
fair enough. I don't even know if I want to start today's session anymore at this point. Jesus Christ. Alright. Just fixing up some small audio things. You guys are yelling at each other. It's whatever.
Good audio test.
Okay. Yeah, totally. Okay, so that fixed up. Done. There we go. Okay! A very late introduction. Hello there! Welcome everybody to Eyes of Astra Session 28, Chapter 2. We are back with our lovely players. We'll go ahead and just get introductions out of the way. As you guys have already heard not too long ago, the very loud players themselves. We'll go ahead and start with, we'll start with Hariki. Go ahead and give us an introduction to yourself and your character.
Nope, this is me. I'm fucking Harry. I'm playing Backworld. Fucking redemption arc, I guess. Bibbidi bobbidi bo. It's 3 a.m. Kill me, slow.
Fair enough. Alright, we'll go ahead and pass it off to, Yaka. Go ahead and introduce your character for us, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Yukamachi, and I am playing Eric with the K. The half-demon son of the party, and also the strongest.
Interesting.
Oh.
Thank
Cap.
you for your thank you for your introduction. We'll go ahead and get Star's intro. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hey, I'm Star. I'm here. I am loud. I have no regrets. If Cube don't like it, he don't like it, but it is what it is. I play Shamar, who I think confessed last session, if my memory serves me. Either way, 'tis what it is. Let the dice fall where they may. Oh, that's my cat.
Okay. Ending off with Star's intro for her character. We'll move on to Lino. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, my name is Lena. I got a basketball game tomorrow. And I play Fionn. That's her name. The Ranger, the Shidarkai, and the baddest bitch.
Woo!
Alright. Thank you for your intro, Lino. Let's see. Sailor, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, my name is Sailor. I play 2 characters. I play Kuruni, who who is the half-elf and ranger wizard of the party, and Celeste, the only bard of the party. Call me Hannah Montana, because you're gonna get best of both worlds.
I understood that reference there. And finally, or sorry, second to finally, Zoro, go ahead and give an introduction to yourself and your character.
Hello, my name is Zoro. I play the character Zoro. I'm the demon barbarian of the group, as well as the chef. And I'm ready.
Scarily accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And now, finally, Bloom, go ahead and give an introduction to yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Bloom. I'm fucking tired. I'm living. I play Arangda, who's barely holding on, I think. Yeah. That's about it.
Fair enough. And
The whole party's in some sort of turmoil.
Not me. Fion's doing great right now.
How
and
much of that?
finally, the introduction of none other than your lovely dungeon master for tonight, for this stream. I am Cube, your lovely dungeon master. So, continuing from last session, if anybody wants to give a little bit of a recap for either an inspiration or a talent.
Surprise from Cube. We've invited famed dungeon master Matthew Mercer to replace him for this.
Matthew Mercer.
Honestly, if I had to
my
give
God.
up, if I had to give up my DM position, it would be to either like Brendan Lee Mulligan or Matthew Mercer for sure. Like I gladly would hand them the spot for Eyes of Astra for sure. Like if they wanted the rights for Eyes of Astra, they could take
My
it.
name is Matthew Mercer.
Cute.
Yeah, if they wanted the rights to Eyes of Astra, shit, they could take it. If it's either Brendan Lee Mulligan or Matt
Yeah,
Mercer,
They
dude.
get the rights to Eyes of Astra. That means they get the rights to Aragon, which means they get the rights to Gerdwin, which means you can never play Gerdwin again. So I'm sending emails right now.
Well, I mean that's fair
Fuck.
enough. I'll just go make a new Kobold character. That's cool.
Matthew Mercer.
Named
on this
Shemerdwin.
point, 0000001.
He's gonna be at a con
That you
coming
hear
up in my
this,
area, so I'm gonna go talk to
please
him.
be the DM. I'll be
Jesus
your next willing
Christ.
hand.
So, does
Can
anybody
I
want to give
the
an
recap?
introduction?
'Cause I
Oh, sorry. Want to give the recap for it?
yes, because I need inspiration because I don't have any.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and give the
Um,
recap.
Like
So
inspiration.
last episode was the shopping episode. We got Baprold and Fion bonding time, where we got a dagger bought by Baprold and a pair of gauntlets bought by Baprold.
Broke ass.
And then broke ass. No. And then Karuni and Eric went and they killed a guy. Well, Eric killed a guy. Karuni was an accomplice. She was a witness. Considered an accomplice. And so Eric got arrested and banned from the town. Zoro and Shamar, they talked about their feelings and how they love each other. And I think that's and like Shamar and Zoro's armor got all s***ed up. And there was also a drinking contest. And
Bless you.
Shamar won, but Fion and Baprold got second place tied.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think that was everything that happened. It was a shopping trip last time.
Fair enough. Thank you for the lovely recap. Albeit
I have inspiration now.
yes, go ahead and add an inspiration for yourself.
Thank
And do not
you.
forget the tad bit where the party had prepped the night before to get ready to go to Gizganeth.
Oh yes,
Um,
yes.
So, continuing the following morning, which by the way would be considered a long rest for all of you. Continuing from the following morning, you guys wake up and we'll go ahead and get everybody's roles. Everybody give me a initiative roll so that we can see who starts first while I go grab my notebook.
Oh, what the hell, boy? Oh, it's right here. Oh,
Could you repeat that, Cube?
no, he can't.
Oh,
he went
he's
left.
already
We gotta all
gone.
rolling up. We all have to roll
Yeah, initiative
initiative.
roll to know like
I need to pull up a calculator. 9 plus 8.
To do 2-digit math?
Are you serious?
2-digit math is the math I struggle with the hardest. Like you just have to remember.
You're giving me flashbacks. I once was tutoring a chick. I told her, "What's 2 times 2?" And I hit a calculator on the other line.
Oh no.
I sometimes, I'm good at like big numbers, but I'm not good at little numbers.
She's not good at numbers.
9 plus 8.
No, that's
You know what's 9 plus 9?
21.
We found this stuff in Missouri.
Oh, no, it's 9 plus 10. 9 plus 10 is 21.
All right, so we'll go
You get
ahead.
the meme right.
We'll go ahead and get everybody's initiative. So we'll start with Fion. Fion, what is your initiative?
Oh, you were talking to me. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget that I'm my
Bruh.
character's name.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I was like, who's Fion? I was spacing out. I got a 17. 9 plus 8.
All right, Shamar.
24.
24. Rhonda.
27.
47. Jesus. Celeste.
A 3.
And Karuni.
A 14.
14. Eric.
19.
19. Zoro.
16.
16. And Baprold.
A 9.
9. So with the highest initiative of 27, Rhonda, we start with you.
Oh no.
Is it a bad thing, Rhonda?
It gets worse.
Look,
Fair
it's not 3 a.m. at all. So.
Fair enough. So starting with dear Rhonda. Rhonda, you wake up. Not exactly, still feeling the heat from outside, because you are within the Ashen Land. The heat begins pouring in, and the smell of sulfur and ash continues to pours in as you slowly come to. And as you wake up, you notice that over on the side of your bed is Zula, who seems to have sat next to your bed, and has kind of like fallen asleep in your room with you, but just kind of like leaned up against the wall and is snoring very loudly. As you see as well, on like a small table next to your bed, that there is some food that has been prepped with a note.
Well, then time to read the note.
Fair enough. You read the note, and it's from Floka. Floka is the note. The note reads that Floka is going to be going out to go collect some herbs for some of the people here, whatever herbs that may be left somewhere around Vogmas, and that she will not be able to see you guys off to go to Gizganeth. So yeah.
Damn. I'm so sorry. I'm like,
We gotta lock in.
I gotta log in, yeah. All the time to poke Sula away.
Fair enough. You get up and you continue poking at Zula. Zula kind of just like slouches over more and more on the wall until now she is completely like, kind of like how like a Snorlax lays on the floor, kind of like that. As she is still snoring very loudly.
To probably continue this for a while, so maybe with a few pinches here and there.
Okay. About maybe about like a good 3 or 4 minutes of like just poking and prodding at Zula to wake up. You hear the snore cut abruptly as you see that her eyes are slowly beginning to open as she looks. She's like, what? 2 more minutes.
Absolutely not.
want more sleep?
No.
Fine. You see Zula kind of like turn over onto her front and like slowly get up. As you see that like you know how like when you sleep you have like those markings when you have like such a good fucking nap or like a sleep somewhere and you're not in your bed. That's kind of like Zula's face. She just has lines on her face. She had good sleep. She's like, all right. Well, good morning, you. Are we ready to go?
Pretty much, but I don't know about the others.
Fine, I'll go wake them up. You see that she just like with heavy feet just stomps out of your room. As for the rest of the party seems to be sleeping very soundly, I would assume. And kind of just like off in Nappy Land until you are all alerted to a very loud screech that in particular Shamar had caught your attention. So the night before you had gone drinking, spent your time with Zoro before going back and heading to bed, and throughout the time you were asleep you just kept having that dream of that like one instance with Zoro. Until you see that Zoro's face is, you see that like Zoro's looking at you and he's trying to say something, but you can't exactly hear it. It sounds very muffled. And as what Zoro's trying to say gets more clear and clearer to you, you immediately snap awake as you hear the loud screech of something inhuman that immediately wakes you up.
Alright, great. Probably Shamar would just, first things first, jump up, get her lances, which I assume are like right there, like right next to her. So probably just jump awake, get her lances, and start hauling ass out the door.
Okay, so you get your lance and you immediately go out to investigate the. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
You go out and immediately go begin to investigate the noise, only to see that, from when you get out of your room, you see Zula is over at the opposite end of the room, in front of Rangda's room. She says, "Oh, good, you're awake. Come on, get the rest of your people up. We're getting ready to leave."
You didn't hear the scream?
Oh.
Should we
You mean
we not handle that first?
Oh, you mean this? And you see that Zula replicates the exact same scream you heard, but somehow even louder.
Shamar is going to punch her dead in the jaw.
Give me a strength check.
Sure. Because I'm amazing at those. Every strength check I make is just stunning. Alright, D&D Beyond, work with me here. So, strength check. I got it. Alright, 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? You see that you replicate you hear that Zula replicates a sound, and it immediately you go over and sock her straight in the jaw. As you hear like a crack, as if like one of the hinges on her jaw kind of came loose and dislocated her jaw. As she looks over, it's like, you gotta get high. And you see that she grabs her grabs her chin, and you hear like a very odd crack that sounds very bad as you see that she kind of like puts her jaw back in place. She's like, I can hear a clicking. Well, you're awake now, right?
Unfortunately. You had no other way of trying to get in contact with everyone other than screaming like a banshee? I thought someone was going to kill us.
Well, that's the sound we use to wake everyone up here. Anyway, come on.
It's a horrible thing. Maybe you should think about revising it. to anything else.
Nah, you humans are too
Yeah.
weird.
Not even a human.
Oh, right. Elf. I forgot. Okay, well, are we gonna get ready to leave? We have to get ready to go to Gizganith right now, so...
Oh, joy. He's gone it. Sure. I'll get everyone else up if they aren't already. Deaf. You can stay here and not move.
I unfortunately have to go prep some things of myself, so... You see that she makes her way over to the exit of the hut. She says, "Yep, I'll meet you guys by the gate. I gotta go prep a couple things myself before we go." You see that she stretches before she leaves, leaving you alone here.
I hate that woman.
Cutting over to Fion. So Fion, oh, sorry. Eric, because he had the higher initiative. Sorry. Eric.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah. So for Eric, you notice as well that you were asleep. Give me kind of like a descriptor of what kind of dream Eric would be having.
That is honestly a good question. I think he'd be dreaming about, I think, Ravenfall.
Ravenfall. And in
Specifically the first incident.
First incident, right? So, Eric, during this time, you are asleep. You are essentially brought back to that moment in Ravenfall where everybody is fine and everybody is celebrating because of the defeat of the first wave of enemies. And you see that all your comrades are there, cheering each other, getting their group hugs, just roaring out into the sky over their victory. And it was like, in this instance, it's like you remembered what happened. And instinctually, in this stream, Eric, you are, instead of celebrating, immediately bypass all the rest of your comrades and go straight to the meeting spot where you had found Lionel. Sorry. It's a burp. And you wait there until you see that he arrives, and you catch him by surprise. And just as you're about to deal the killing blow, burning hands directly in his face, you are immediately woken up from the sound of what sounds like a very horrid, inhuman screech that echoes out into the sky.
What a day. Get up. Prop myself up with my staff. Because last I remember, I was still on the edge of town, right?
Yeah, you're still on the edge of town with Zoro.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm just like in a bedroll on the ground.
Yeah, because some of the villagers have brought bedrolls for you and Zoro.
Yeah, right. I just gotta prop myself up.
Yeah, you prop up. You see that Zoro is still somewhat asleep, but I'd say probably about around this time, Zoro, you'd probably come to your senses just a tad bit. Zoro, what is it? What is it that he is he's dreaming about? Give us a bit of a description.
Okay. He is dreaming about the first time he and his dad went to the human world when it was snowing.
So Zoro, in your dream, you are taken aback to the point where you are still but just a young Grash, young enough to not be considered an adult yet, and before you were sent off on your mission. And you were on one of the training excursions that your father would take you and a bunch of the other young Grash as well. He would take you on these training excursions to kind of get you familiar with surviving in different environments that are very unnatural to you, that you don't have any, that it's essentially bringing you out of your comfort zone almost. And as you are taken to this new world, you notice that the world that you've entered is vastly cold. Much cold. During this time, Zoro wouldn't have had much experience during Hellwinters, but this one is super cold to Zoro, especially since a lot of the armor is not exactly ones that are protective or give a lot of warmth. So, Zoro, you would have just felt the immense cold that would just be permeating itself throughout your entire body. But regardless, you marched on this excursion, and it was at the point where your father was showing you how to hunt animals. And just there was a moment where your father had told you to kill this particular beast with a bow and arrow, and boom, right there, you killed it immediately, straight through the heart. And just as you got there, Zoro, you noticed that this animal was, well, metagame wise, it was a deer. You look into this creature's eyes, Zoro, and you can see it is in pain. And your father is there, almost like bearing above you, saying, "Good. No, kill it." And you see that he lowers down a knife to you, Zoro. And in that instance, when you picked up that knife, and just the moment you were about to stab right into this deer, you immediately are awoken from the sound of a very horrid screech. As you slowly come to, as you see that Eric has already awoken. As your eyes are slowly beginning to adjust to your surroundings. Zoro?
Hello.
Oh,
I'm
there we
here.
go. There we go.
Yeah. Zoro would blink his eyes open, go ahead and start stretching, crack a couple bones or two, and then he'd look over to Eric, and then he'd look over to the town, and then he'd ask Eric, "You think that that loud ass screeching is something we should be worried about?"
In all honesty, I don't care for it.
Me neither. Zora would then go ahead and just start getting up, start getting ready, start getting prepared.
Fair. Cutting back to the hut. Fion. Now we cut to Fion properly this time. Fion. For you, Fion, you notice that for you in your dream, you're not exactly anywhere in particular. You notice that you just seem to be standing on like this floating rock in a dark abyss. And you can hear many voices around you, but they're like very small whispers. It's hard for you to really get a tell of what they're saying, but there's dozens of voices that are whispering. And you can hear that it seems like they get quieter and quieter. But then one particular voice out of all of them seemed to start getting a bit louder. Fion. You can hear this voice droning on more and more and more until you hear it. Fion.
Do I know what direction it's coming from? Can I like look towards the voice?
It sounds as if he is it sounds like as if he's like around you saying this, and he keeps saying, you hear this voice saying your name over and over and over. That is until you get this small, like, weird flashback almost. That it's like a headache that kind of kicks up this weird pain that you remember something. You remember seeing this, like, weird, gigantic castle? Mansion? It looks like a home, but the details of it are hard to make out. And the being says nothing. But you see that it moves for a moment. And you see that it has like an arm. As you see that the arm gets closer, you see that it kind of like makes up like the shape of like a finger at the tip of its arm. And you feel it tap you directly between the eyes.
Ugh.
And you are immediately given this it's almost as if there's something being like burned into your memory. It looks like a location. And from what you're looking at, it looks like a grandeur city of sorts. And you recognize what the people look like around it. They're fallen. But you're given another image. A big giant door with 3 distinct holes on the front of it. It seems like something could be a part of it. And then your last image you're given is this huge room, this giant circle. But you also notice as well that somewhere close to it, there seems to be something that glows in there that catches your attention, before immediately you are awoken by the sound of a screech, and waking up just a tad bit more and letting your eyes kind of like adjust to the lighting, you see that Shamar is above you.
Hello, Miss Shamar. Are you
Shamar will
alright?
just like kind of look at her, probably annoyed. She'll just be like, "Get up before this thing screams again."
Yes, of course. I can do that for you.
Thank
And
you.
she'll get up.
Do you want to start waking the others? Apparently, we're getting gone to a place called Gizganeth.
Right. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna get a glass of water. I had a really odd dream and my head feels slightly amiss.
You alright?
It was just very odd. There was a lot of fallen people in my dream, and a door with 3 keys or something like that. And this guy touched me right between my. She like points to like where her, like in between her eyebrows. But I don't know who he was, and he was talking to me. But I was like in nothing, but somewhere at the same. It was very odd. And I'm just a little. I don't normally dream, so it was a little odd, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe it's just, maybe it's just the stress getting to you. Take some time. I can wait.
Probably.
I can wake everybody up.
Right, thank you.
You should just get some rest. Get some water, get some rest. It's probably everything getting to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Shamar.
And the Shamar will just like give her a glass of water, and then head off to wake everyone else up.
Cool. So as Shamar gives you this glass of water, Fion, and you drink, and you see that Fion leaves the room. It's almost as like when the door closes, Fion, that same figure stands in the corner of the room.
Can I try and touch it? I want to touch it.
Yeah, I mean, you go up, and as you
But
try
I want to have my dagger like ready, like in case it like is hostile.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you get up and you go towards this figure. Like stated before, you see nothing, no features of this figure. Just a tall, dark figure that just seems to be staring, that seems to just be watching you almost. And as you reach out, your hand just phases through and you touch the wall behind it actually. Your hand just only phases through this thing.
Maybe am I still dreaming? Maybe I dreamt waking up and having a conversation with Miss Shema.
As you have that thought, that very loud screech that you heard waking up happens again.
No, not dreaming. Means there is a figure in my bedroom that is not there, but can I go fetch Shamar? Fiona wants to make sure she's not fucking.
Okay.
She wants to make sure she's not schizo.
So we'll cut back to that in a minute. Karuni. What is it that Karuni is kind of like thinking about in her trance? What is it that she's thinking about?
She's probably thinking, I muted myself by accident. I didn't have to do that in the space. But,
God.
You learn something new every day, kids. So she's probably thinking about a lot what's been happening within the past couple of hours. But also too, I feel like she's feeling a bit homesick with Ayaluna. Probably thinking a bit of Ayaluna.
So yeah, in your trance, you are brought back to your village of Ayaluna. You watch, and it's almost as if like you're like a different time where you don't see Kolkus, but a different leader of Ayaluna. One whose face you can't exactly see, but as you look, it seems like they are what seems like a benevolent leader. You see that the kids are running around asking for this leader to play with them. You see that a lot of the villagers bow down in the presence of this leader, not out of fear, but out of respect. And as you see that this leader walks through, you immediately see that there is something odd about them. You see like a red kind of like stain on their back slowly begin to get wider and wider before you see that they collapse. And everything goes dark. And you are brought back to that one moment in the library, Karuni. The one point that one of the spirits of the elves had told you a warning that though you may... Nope. Jesus Christ, my alarm. Sorry. The warning that you were given from one of the elves, stating that though you will save someone, fate still requires a death. And as you try to ponder on this a bit more, you immediately feel pushed out of your trance, just gently, as you see that you slowly are being pulled from this like abyss, and your eyes are beginning to adjust to see that Shamar is there, slowly just giving you some gentle shakes just to kind of like get you out of your trance just smoothly.
Good morning.
Sorry to wake you up. We have to get going. The what are they called? The fallen? The four-armed weirdos?
Yeah.
Those ones. They want to get going to a place called Kisganis, and one of them shrieks like a wolf that has just died to a puppy. So
as she says
don't
that, you
get
hear
up.
the screech again. As she describes the screech, you hear it again, and it's very loud, Karuni.
Oh.
I'm going to kill that woman.
Karina then places a hand onto Shea Marshall. She's like, don't call them freaks. We gotta be respectful
are.
towards them. Okay, keep
They're
that
horrible.
inside yourself. Damn.
No, they can keep their screaming to themselves. Ah, I better hope this is Shamar
I
just
think
like
it's new. I like it.
Shamar's just like, you know, fucking rat fist clenching, getting ready to go fucking beat Zula's ass in the middle of the fucking dawn. And she's just
Well,
like,
I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Shore, but I like it.
I have no idea why. The worst
It's fun.
feeling. It's terrible.
You're just a Debbie Downer.
Not a Debbie Downer. My ears are breaking. And it made me get up in a panic.
During this tidbit,
So we have the same answer. Don't bother me.
Bothers me.
During this tidbit, you notice that opening the door, Fionn seems to be walking in, but seems to have like a very worried expression on her face.
Good morning. Fuck, my mic's.
Yeah, it's dying. Oh, there it goes. She's back.
She's back.
Sorry, guys. My mic was not picking up. She had to take her break. Her 15. Anyways, Fionn's gonna walk into the room, and she's gonna see Shaymar and Karuni, and kind of verbally freaking out, like, Miss Shaymar, good morning, Princess Karuni. I think there's someone in my room, but I don't know if it's real or not, and I don't know if I'm going crazy. I need to make sure that you can also see it. Is this the effects of the alcohol you made me drink? Is this what alcohol does?
Shimmer will just like immediately muscle past Fionn to see if she can see it there, because before, when she was in her room, she didn't see a fucking thing.
There was a strange black man. Well.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh no, dude! Oh god! That is exactly like the fucking. That is exactly like from Dragon Ball Super. The Dragon Ball Super one. No, don't shoot! He's not. Oh my god!
Think of a big
Black man chasing you.
Oh no!
You love this fucking character, bro.
Lena, just say figure. Just say figure.
There's a black figure.
There you go.
Like you see.
It was so outright the way she said it in character, dude. It was so outright. Oh shit! Oh god!
There's a black figure in my room, and I don't know if I'm going crazy or not. Is this what alcohol does to a person, Miss Shaymar? Because if so, I don't think that I should drink it, and we also should let Mr. Baprold know, because he drank quite a lot of alcohol as well.
Shaymar just like will muscle past her to like run into the room, because she didn't see anyone when she was in there, so she wants to see it immediately.
So Shaymar, as you push past her and barge into her room, you scan around the room, but you feel and see nothing. No magical energies. You don't see anything out of place. Everything seems to be the way it is.
When I walk in, do I see it still?
Yes, but you see that it's moved to an opposite corner of the room now.
Fionn's gonna walk over to the corner, like with intent, and stick her hand through it again.
Yeah.
Can you do you not see him? Right here. I literally have my hand inside of him.
I don't see. What the fuck
Whoa.
am I trying to say? God damn it. Code switching. Swear to God. No.
She goes southern to fit in with the elves.
Yeah, now, because they're all racist now. She'll just, like... like, Shamar will just, like, when she sees Fionn, like, put her hand through it, Shamar, like, with purpose, will, like, take a step back, ready her hand, and, like, punch her hand through the wall where Fionn put hers, trying to, like, hit it if it's invisible.
Yeah, from what you see, Shamar, you just punch the wall and you create like an indent in the wall. Fionn, you see that Shamar's hand phases through this entity and just punches the wall behind it.
You definitely touched him, but it's the same guy who touched my forehead in my dream. And now he's real, and now am I real? I'm never drinking.
I can
again.
punch him again!
I'm going sober. I'm never drinking again. I
This
hate
isn't usually with alcohol.
I
This isn't
hate to
usually what
disappoint you,
alcohol
Mr. Battle,
does.
but I can never drink again. I must be going. Something must be wrong with me. I need to go find a hospital or a cleric. Do you have a cleric in your party? Backroad?
I'll kick up.
Maybe
What's a hospital?
Hearing the word cleric and alcohol, Baprold, you we'll get a bit more perspective. Baprold, what is it that you were dreaming before you heard these two like sleeper agent activation words?
Oh no.
All you can see is Baprold on a field of cloud as a bright light shines in front of him. The camera pans through the back of Baprold where you can see a gigantic mug of beer.
And he is floating.
Just before he can get a whiff of that nice heavenly liquid, he wakes up.
So, Baprold, in your dream, you are high in the sky. You are completely at peace. You have not felt any better in your life moving through these clouds, Baprold. And you see that you stop on one cloud, and you see that the clouds above you part to show a mug of beer with a bright warmth just pouring down to you, Baffled, and you feel like you are being lifted off of this cloud, being lifted off your feet, slowly ascending towards this mug of beer in the sky. And just as you're about to taste just a bit of that delicious nectar from the gods, you immediately wake up to hear a horrid screech. But you also hear two words from muffled screamings. You see that, you're kind of waking up just a little bit. Your eyes are kind of like adjusting to the room a little bit. But you hear a lot of like shouting from the other room from some people, and it's kind of hard to hear. And then you hear the word alcohol. And then you hear the word cleric. And your clouded state immediately sobers up, and you are wide awake now, standing straight up next to your bed.
Because a normal morning is too much to ask for. The closest door is getting kicked open.
Shamar, Fionn, as you guys are both in here arguing about Fionn's condition, you hear the door barge open and see Baprold, very irritated looking at you guys.
Who once stopped me from meeting my mama?
Fionn is gonna do that thing where she puts both of her hands on Backroad's shoulders, but she's way too short, so she's like, her hands are like really up, and she's gonna go, Backroad, I need you to fix me right now. Do your cleric thing, please. I think I'm dying of alcohol poisoning.
Oh. We having a case of this, Shamar?
I don't know. She said she sees a man in the corner. And then I don't see it, I punched him.
In the corner, and I can stick my limbs through him, and Shamar can stick her limbs through him, and it doesn't hurt him, but he was in my dream, and now he's in real life, and he can touch me, but I can't touch him, and it's a really confusing situation, and please fix this. I am going crazy.
Listen. This is completely normal. This is your first time meeting the Hat Man.
What?
The hat. Is this what
Listen.
alcohol does?
Not
Not
really.
to me.
It's more of a mixture, to be honest. It's a mixture between the alcoholism and a fucked up mind. Now, nothing against you, Shamar, but I think it depends on the mental state of the person. Let me tell you something. My Hat Man, boy, we're best friends.
He doesn't do anything. He just screams my name at me over and over and over again in like 1,000 voices, and then he fucking touches me on the forehead and gives me a migraine.
Oh, yours is clingy.
I'm sorry.
What?
Wait a second. Hold on, let me see what I can do against you. Baffles like going through like spells that could maybe stop a Hat Man.
Maybe.
Give me like 10 seconds. I should be able to think of something.
During this time, Rongda, Karuni, you guys get all of your gear prepped. And you guys are kind of like sitting out in kind of like the main area of the hut, hearing this commotion kind of like going on. Celeste, you are in a dream, and in this particular dream, you are back in the very bright, vibrant fields of Fortuna. You know, so you're outside of the city, the bright fields of flowers. You can smell. It smells so peaceful. There's nothing like it. The memory of being here in Fortuna again, out in the fields with your pan flute. It's a lot of memories. And even out in the distance, you see that there are guards by the gate prepping for an excursion. And there you see him, Mercurio, with the other guards, talking amongst them, laughing, having fun. And in that instance, it feels like nothing ever happened at all. Like it was all just a bad dream. Until you hear a hurried voice begin echoing. Celeste! Celeste!
Celeste is gonna look over the source of the voice.
You look around, but you hear it again. You hear him say, "Can you hear me?"
Yes?
Good. So you're still alive. We've lost you. You recognize this voice. This is Hushan. You hear him in hurried tones say, "Where are you? Everything is awry. Everything in Creston is happening."
What? We're fine here. How are you reaching me?
I have found some way to link to you telepathically, but it's draining a lot of my magic. Listen, the architect is free. He has what he needs. He's finishing up his plans here. You need to hurry up back to Creston immediately before you hear tons of shouting happening all around you, and you are... It seems like the shouting is happening everywhere, and it's such a different... It like, from what you're hearing, is so different from what you're seeing, because you're seeing the full, vibrant, peaceful place of Fortuna while hearing the loud screams of what seems like dying people, and you like look over and you lock eyes with Mercurio, and you see that he gives you a smile as you are still hearing more of these screams happening all around you, and then it stops. And you see that slowly everything around you starts to fade away, little by little. It's like fog seems to start rolling in and consuming everything, until you see you are nowhere but standing on a empty field. No flowers, dim light, fog all around, and your pan flute nowhere to be seen. And as you look around, screams have stopped. Everything is gone. Until something kicks up. You hear a step. And another. And another. Slow steps that seem to be like encircling you. Like wolves that have found their prey. It's almost like they're wanting you to feel fear in this moment. As you hear it, bit by bit by bit. The footsteps constantly, the same tone, and what seem either close or far. It's hard to gauge. Before it stops. And you begin to see this kind of like silhouette start making itself known in the fog. As you see that it takes another step, you hear, "I found you." And you are immediately woken up, hearing lots of commotion happening around you, but not the usual commotion of screams or anything, but banter? Or someone screaming? As you begin to slowly wake up and your eyes begin to adjust, you see that, you're in your room and you get up and you feel this like small bit of like pain course through your head. And you remember Hushan was speaking to you before it was abruptly cut. And it's almost like it's hard to figure out what is even happening. As you get off your bed and kind of like look around, you open your door just a tad bit to kind of poke your head out to see that just a few doors down from you, there seems to be an argument or shouting ensuing. That is until you can hear the voices a bit more properly, and you can hear its voices of Shamar, Fion, and Baprold? An odd combination, but you can hear them in this place.
Celeste, I feel like, is just gonna hurriedly approach, but she's not gonna say anything, instead just grab Fion by the arm.
Okay. So, you kind of put on some, a bit of clothes, and you go out, and you go over to the room. You see that Fion looks super fucking concerned. Shamar is what looks like very angry, and Baprold looks like he is thinking.
It is the end of the world.
Hello, Miss Celeste. I think I'm dying.
Fion?
Do you see that? And she points to the corner where the fucking thing is.
Can I see the figure?
You don't see it. You see that she just points at you see that she points at like a wall in the corner that has like an indent at the back of it.
Okay. So let's just gonna then approach just Fion. She's gonna like kind of brush past Baprold, like kind of moving him away from Fion, and just grab Fion's hand.
Okay, yeah, you grab her hand. I'm assuming you guys make your way out of the room. Where is it that you go here? Do you go anywhere? Do you just like stay outside the room, or?
Rory's gonna stay outside the room, and she's going to face Fion, and she's like, okay.
Does it follow me out?
It's hard to tell because you're at a point where like Celeste is kind of like is like looking at you, and the only thing your eyes are currently paying attention to is Celeste because she's like right there in front of
you. Fion, so I was having a dream, and your brother he contacted me through it. Something is happening back home. He's in trouble. He mentioned something in regards to the architect finally having what he needed, and they're not able to hold it back or something. So we essentially have to like go as soon as possible.
Yes. If Hashan's in trouble, that should be our utmost number one priority always. At least for me, that is. So, let's go to Gizganeth, and hopefully, I recover from whatever ailment I'm suffering from. Worst case scenario, we have the figure's real, and it follows us everywhere.
If it's real,
It
I
can-
have ideas.
If it's real, I thought he was gonna say if it's real, it can bleed.
Well, Shim already tried to punch it, and I stuck my finger in it. Nope.
Well, if we can't hurt it, we can outsmart it. As I cast
Capital.
Zone of Truth in the room.
It can't talk, bruh. I already tried talking to it.
Well,
So-
Matt doesn't know that.
So yeah, you guys kind of like pack up. I'm assuming everybody kind of like starts getting ready and packing up and everything, right? To kind of like get ready to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. So Celeste, Karuni, Shamar, Fion, Baprold, and Rongda, you guys meet up in the kind of like the main area of the hut. And about a good maybe like 10-15 minutes later, you guys see the door open and Zula walks in. She says, so everything's all set. We have our people that are gonna be helping us get to where we're going. How are you guys? Are we all ready?
We're thrilled.
Kruni
I'm so happy.
then looks to Zula and she's like, "Were you the one that's making all that screeching sound?"
Why, yes, it was. And you see that she screeches again inside of the hut.
I'll kill you.
That is so cool. Can you teach me how to do that?
Please don't.
Oh, you want to learn how to do it? That's how my voice got like this, screeching a lot. My voice didn't sound like this before, but with all the screeching, I had to end up getting something like this. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want, I can teach you on the way to Gizganeth.
Well, I don't know much about screeching, but I know a lot about whistling.
You see that she tries to, she's like, can't do that. Well, anyway, let's go. The people are waiting for us by the gate.
Alright, lead the way.
You guys follow Zula up to the gate, and you guys see that as you guys are prepping, as you guys are walking towards the gate, you guys see that some of the villagers kind of like gather on like the sides of the streets, seeing you guys on your way out. Rongda, of course, you recognize a few of them as some of the people that were here before, but not exactly having a really good recollection as you haven't talked to them before. The one you do see that does see you off, that you do recognize, however, is Dove. As you see that Dove kind of like stands, you see that he kind of like stands proud, and you can tell he is trying his hardest to look stoic, but it's not working. You can see that he is actively trying not to cry at you leaving. And you guys make your way over to the gate. You guys make it to the gate of Vagmas, and you guys see that the guards kind of like give bows of good luck to Zula and you, Rongda, and the rest of the party. Zoro, Eric, after a good while of being by the gate, you guys hear like a lot of footsteps, and looking over towards the gate, you guys see that the party plus Zula have made their way out of the gate.
About time.
Well, there's been a lot this morning.
General Withake, where have you been?
In timeout.
Here.
You missed out on drinking. By the way, do you know how? Can you? Is it around? Can I see it still?
You do see it, but you see that it's standing behind one of the dead trees that is behind Zoro and Eric.
It's fucking Slender Man. He's gonna point at it. Can you see that?
Zoro.
Look at the tree.
Yeah, you look at the tree. You see that she's just pointing at a tree.
The tree.
No, what's behind the tree? There's a man there.
Another tree.
All I see is sand.
There's a man. There's a I think it's a man, a black figure.
There's.
Were you drinking?
Well, Mr. Baprold did make me drink.
This is
And
why I don't drink.
I did drink the same amount as Mr. Baprold. It was my first time
The
ever
Hat
drinking
Man.
before. And that's what Mr. Baprold said. But Shamar said that there's no... Miss Shamar, my apologies, said that there's no such thing. And I don't know whose judgment to trust.
I've had my visits with the Hat Man before.
Is he real?
God, you'll
Oh.
suck with alcohol. I could never.
The Hat Man.
It's not an alcohol thing, I guarantee you.
Yeah, no. The Hat Man is a interesting story. He looks different for everybody, but.
But the thing is he showed up in my dreams as well, and he was able to talk to me and touch me and
Oh.
like.
Well, the Hat Man might have done some things with me too in my dream. Was
I'm
it the
sorry, I
same?
do not mean it.
Maybe let's not discuss this here.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
Let us say it this way: if whatever you are thinking of, I guarantee you it was not the Hat Man. I don't know what these people are talking about. Either they have
all
the...
going crazy, you know, like
Listen, I've never had a drink that gave me the Hat Man. If they do, that's their problem. Then what is this bitchness I've never heard of? Listen, I've never seen the Hat Man once when I've drank, so that is a them problem. If you have experienced it, I would contact a physician. That is not me.
Again, not a drinking
Zula's
thing.
like, Zula.
Kind of a drinking thing.
Well, it's not a drinking thing. It happens
What the-
sometimes.
Would the Hat Man know my name and be able to scream at me violently
I mean,
Mm.
could
in a
you
million
bring it in?
voices?
You see that Zula kind of like looks away embarrassedly.
What the
Why are
fuck?
you looking like that?
Anyway, enough of stories of the Hat Man. Let's go. They're waiting
It's
for
not a
us
story,
to
he's
get
right
to
there! He's
Gizganet.
literally 10 feet away.
Yes, the Hat Man's there. It's okay. Maybe in a couple hours he'll go away. Come on. As you see that Zula walks off to what looks like a few kind of like big like hell bears that have been like repurposed, kind of like a like you know how carriages have horses, right? You guys are here with like a carriage, but instead of horses being there, they are hell bears that are being used to draw a couple of these carriages. It says, all right, come on, get inside, we're getting ready to leave for Gizganet.
What are we looking for in Gizganet exactly?
Would be nice to know.
Is
That's
that where
right,
the
yeah.
fallen people are? I mean, obviously there's fallen people around us everywhere, but is there something in particular we're going there
Excuse me,
for? So
Another contact.
That's why I said sorry.
Oh, because I actually had a dream that you might be able to help me with. The Hat Man was there, but we had to find, there was this door, and there was like 3 keys or something like that, and it was a bunch of fallen people, and I never seen it before, 'cause I've never been here before, but it was quite odd. Is that like a
Sounds
real
oddly
place? Or
specific.
did I make something up in my head, like the Hat Man? It was in my dream last night, as well as a big manor everywhere. It's quite odd.
From what you're hearing, the only part that you could really understand from her, Rongda, was something about Fallen and being around a big city. Because from the topography that you can remember, there isn't any other big city around here in the Ashen Land, only the smaller ones. The only big city you can think of that is still around that has been talked about before is Gizganet. But this talk about like this weird mansion castle thing and then this like Hat Man is something so fucking out of out of like any logic that you can think of that might be anything related to the Fallen. At this point to Rongda, she might as well just consider Fiona's crazy from what she's hearing.
Trolling.
I mean, she already is, not gonna lie. She's just rolling her eyes and like, sure.
But is that door thing real? Is that somewhere we actually have to go? Because
the door that she might be referring to you, Rongda, metagame-wise, the door that she might be referring to might be the door that requires the three tokens that you, Goldo, and Zula have for each respective clan that has created this vault in Gizganeth. But from what you're describing, or from what Fionn was describing of like this weird mansion, it sounds like a completely different vault entirely.
If you've been listening to some fairy tales or like bedtime stories of like fallen children or something.
No, I haven't really had the opportunity to. The one free evening I had, Bapril got me drunk. Mr. Bapril.
Oh god. Well, I don't know. You just sound like a mad woman, honestly, at this point, and I'm too tired to care.
Oh.
You know, I have a perfect solution to the Hatman.
What is it?
Where is he currently in your current vision?
Where is he currently in my current vision cube?
So you had to look back to talk to Rongda. So looking back at her, you see that he is standing, standing like in front of the wall by the gate.
He's standing by the gate right now.
Can you like point in the exact direction?
She points. I had my hand through him earlier, and none of you could see him.
Perfect. Bap stands where she points.
Yeah, you see that Baprold stands where you pointed, and you just see that Baprold is standing inside of this entity?
You're standing inside of him, Mr. Baprold.
Holy shit. Am I? I'm like
You
touching
are.
myself down.
You are standing within him.
Okay.
He is within you. Or
Bap does like a few silly poses.
Yeah, Baprold just looks like he is doing silly poses inside of a weird entity.
he's not posing alongside you. I don't think he's having a good time.
Okay.
And he's taller than you, I think.
From what you're looking at, Fionn, it looks to be about like 7.5 feet.
He's like Zorro size. Mr. Zorro. Captain Zorro. I'm sorry.
Huh.
Captain
In that
Zorro
case-
size.
In that case, it's time for plan B. I just
We should-
approach Fiona and I just try and like block her vision of the area.
I mean, you block.
So, like, are you gonna cover my eyes with
Oh,
your
no, no,
hands?
just like you pointed in the direction of there, so I'm just standing there so you can't see the gate.
Oh, so
happened?
he's standing in front of you. I mean, nothing else, but you notice out of the corner of your eye, by the gate, from like a small sliver on the side of Baprold, you see the entity begin to materialize in that little corner of your vision right there by the gate. Like that
He's
small,
still there.
that small.
I still see him, Mr. Baprold.
He's moved. He's moved to like a different spot by the gate.
He's also moved. He can
Oh,
move.
he does. Wait. So he doesn't like when I take his vision away. Oh, that gives me ideas. Whenever he changes position, tell me the rough direction.
2 points.
If perfect. Baffled adjust his position.
Yeah, I mean, you adjust your position, and you see that, you know, all you see is Baprold standing in front of you. Before you see now, the entity has materialized behind Baprold, and it is right there.
He is right behind you.
Well, hello
Mr.
there, Mr. Hatman. I cannot see you. I don't know if you can see me. Good day. I'm talking to the air.
Maybe if I close my eyes, he'll go away. Like, if I close my eyes for long enough, he won't appear. I won't see him anymore, and I won't be fucking crazy.
Or if we go on
According to Miss
Or
Rhonda.
if we go on the carriage, he'll get out of breath.
Probably, yeah, you're right. Can we go? And I'll hold my eyes shut the entire time, just to be safe.
We're just waiting for you.
Sorry, I'm having a bit of an episode.
Perfect.
I can tell.
Anyone got like a cloth we can put around her eyes so she doesn't have to like close her eyes the entire time?
Sure. And Jimmer will just like rip off a part of, like a pillowcase or some old shit she has and hand it over.
Yeah, she just.
Perfect.
Yep,
Thank
she
you, Miss
hands it to
Shima.
All right.
Okay.
The party begins prepping themselves. You guys get into these carriages. And as you get into these carriages, you see that they don't have like these, those like harnesses that would go on horses. They communicate with them by whistle, and you guys hear just like multiple whistles before you guys feel that the carriages immediately begin moving towards Gizganeth. On the way there, Fion, when you have your eyes covered, and you close your eyes with it, you are immediately brought back to that floating rock in the middle of nowhere.
She's gonna say it out. Am I asleep again? Am I sleep talking? Can you hear me?
I can. I think I'm awake.
Yes.
This has complicated things. I'm seeing the dream place that I saw earlier right now, but I'm not dreaming. The black.
What the hell did you give her to drink?
I drank the same amount as Mr. Baprold.
And the same stuff.
So she
It was my first time
ate
of
in a
drinking,
trance.
but
She ate in a trance. That's what she was explaining.
From what's happening, Fion, your eyes are visualizing the rock and the darkness that you were standing on before, but your ears are hearing everybody that's inside of the carriage.
I can hear you all. I'm not hearing my voice getting screamed at me over and over and over again by millions of people anymore. But I can hear you lot, so that's good. So I'm not fully in whatever, but something fishy is definitely going on here.
To be it obvious.
Can any of you are any of you, what's the thing where you see into people's minds? Telepathic?
Telepathic.
Telepathy.
Are any of you lot telepathic? Can you figure
This
out
would have
what's
been
going on?
fucking amazing if Zoro had the telepath feat.
Or if Zoro
I
had
can
his true
banish you
sight.
for a minute.
That will not be good, Mr. Baprold. What if I get banished to the place that I'm seeing?
For you,
And then I'm stuck there.
For you, Fion, you see that once again in this darkness, you see that the figure has materialized itself again, standing near the edge of this rock island that you're standing on in this darkness. Still there, watching you silently, almost gauging something from you, but unsure of what it wants. And as you look over from everybody else, you guys see that Fion was very animate, and you see that she was constantly moving. But Fion, when this entity immediately appears, your ears begin to ring immediately. For everybody else in the carriage, you guys see that Fion immediately flops over limp in her seat.
Oh shit, that's not
Fion,
Take off the
sorry.
take off her thing.
Yeah, you guys take off the blindfold and you guys try to open her eyes, but it's almost as if there's something that's forcing her eyes to stay shut, no matter how much you pry.
I'd like to lesser restoration the eyes. By poking them.
I mean, yeah, you try casting lesser restoration, but nothing happens. You see that she gives off the familiar glow, like lesser restoration worked, but nothing changed. Her eyelids are still shut, and still very hard to even try to budge her eyelids open. For Fion, looking into this abyss, you immediately hear like your ears immediately begin to start ringing, and it gets louder and louder until like it's at the point where like you almost cannot think anymore. And then it stops. All you hear is silence. Nothing. And as you slowly open your eyes and look up at this figure, you see only eyes from this figure look back at you. But you recognize these eyes, Fionn. These are Hushan's eyes looking back towards you from this figure. As you see that you look up at him, and you see that this figure looks down at you, the only eyes that you meet are those familiar ones from your brother. And you feel something burning into your memory again. You are looking at this like large room with dozens of bookshelves and these like books flying around, and they're like changing into different things. It's hard to see, and the next you look, that same figure is standing at like this throne at the back of this room with Hushan's eyes still peering back at you, but you just, it's hard to see anything because it's so blurry almost, and you try to focus, but it's like anything that you try to focus on, it just immediately begins to like morph and like blur itself out again. So it's like you can't see anything proper before the voice drones on again saying, Fionn.
That's not me. You got the wrong person. I'm not Fionn. I'm
my creation.
I've got a family. Thank you for the offer. I have a brother and parents, and I don't know who you are, but you are not the father.
As you try to like back away from this figure, you blink, and this figure again is like right in front of you, and you see that it like outreaches almost like a hand, almost, and like kind of like you know how like you like do like the claw grip for like your dog's face, right? You see that its entire like palm wraps itself around your head as it slowly like lifts you up, and from everybody else in the cart, you guys immediately see that Fionn immediately starts like writhing and screaming in pain as Fionn, dozens of these like weird things are starting to like, it's almost as if like knowledges of something is like being poured into your memory, but anything you try to focus on what knowledge is being poured in, it's like it immediately like fades away. And this happens for like all from what feels like an eternity for you, Fionn, before it stops and you open your eyes to see that you are in the cart, and seeing that Shamar, Baprold, and Zoro have like held you down from like writhing around inside of this cart. As you hear that the ringing in your ear slowly begins to go away, back to normal.
Did I poke her eyes again?
Please don't poke my eyes, Mr. Baprold.
Oh, she's
I've
back.
already got a splitting migraine.
You okay? What happened?
Hatman is definitely real and definitely not good. Well, I don't know, not good. He said that I was his creation, but I have a family, adoptive family, but still a family. He knows my name. He said that he created me. He put his hand around my head and forced me to take on what feels like knowledge, but not anything that makes sense of this world.
That meant your dad? Bummer, kid.
Well, no.
I don't think that's what she means.
Bummer.
I mean, I don't remember like much before I met Hashon. He had Hashon's eyes, so maybe this is a prank. My brother always was a bit of a trickster, but
Celeste's gonna speak. She's like, well, why would Hashan pull a prank on you now if he mentioned earlier that he was in trouble?
That's true. So it's probably not Hashon, which means there's a whole other third entity that we have to deal with, and it just felt. I felt like I wasn't even here. Like, obviously I'm in the fallen place, but I didn't feel like I was. Like, I physically felt like I was in somewhere else.
Yeah, you went
Right.
unconscious here too.
Maybe it's all in my head. I didn't experience this back at home, and when I was able to, slip between planes, sure, that this never happened. Maybe it's a side effect of the curse. That must be what it is, because I'm perfectly normal. My brother is a sick one, not me. So it must be a side effect.
As she
Maybe.
as she finishes this, you guys feel the jolt of the cart immediately stop, almost kind of like knocking some of you guys over. As you hear the cart door, like you hear a knock at the cart door.
Who could that be?
Anyone we know?
I think. Is it that close?
We probably
Not
could have
expecting
walked
any
here.
visitors.
Zoro's gonna slowly open the door.
You open the door and you see that there is a hooded figure that seems to be on the side.
May we help you?
Is Rhonda in there?
Maybe.
You see that he holds up like a necklace that has like a token on it. That has like a depiction of a shield with a spear going across it. I need to speak with her.
He's gonna go ahead and nudge Rhonda.
And who is it that we're speaking to?
You see that
Who is it that we're speaking to?
You see that this figure takes off their hood, and you recognize them, Rhonda. It's Goldo, but without his shield and without his armor, wearing normal fallen clothing.
Interesting way of making yourself noticeable.
Well, I left the ranks in Gizganeth. They found out that I have the token and are looking for me. I had to make my escape soon. I was hoping I can find you somewhere around here. Floka found me, told me that you would be arriving here soon. And she was right.
Well, okay, that explains who probably the contact is.
Well, Gizganeth is hard to get into right now. The city is on high alert. The clans know you still exist, Rhonda, and they know you have the token.
Great.
You see Zula go up next to Gold. She's like, "Ah, Goldo, it's been a while." You see that Goldo looks over at Zula. He's like, "It's good to see you too, Zula. You and your obnoxious voice." Well, the three heads of the clan are here, but we're not able to access the vault in Gizganeth. Shit. How do they know? They shouldn't have known that I've had the token. Someone must have let them off. I remember there was this Someone came, arrived in Gizganeth. Somebody wearing white and purple clothing. I didn't recognize him. He also brought somebody else with him. Somebody with this weird, long staff of some sort. I don't know, but I feel like something's afoot here, Rhonda.
Sounds like a normal day ever since I came back, but yeah.
Well, what now? To get to Gizganeth, it would be a suicide mission. With the city on high alert and the two figures are moving out in the city, it doesn't seem wise to go there right now. We need to find a way to get through underground.
Do we even have a map of that or something to go off?
If I remember, there was someone that may have had a map, an old war buddy of mine. Let me see. You see that he immediately starts going through a small pack that he has behind him. He's like, no, not this one, not this one. Ah, this one. You see that he holds out a scroll and he unravels it, and it shows kind of like the topography of like what looks like the previous version of what the Ashland looks like. But you notice that there are particular points of interest that seem to be plotted throughout this thing, like circles and X marks of certain places. And you see that he points out to a place. You see that he points out to a small place called Mar Odos. And you see that he points to, he says, I remember here, they did construction somewhere down underground, close to the vault. We may be able to access it if it's still there.
Well,
are we ready to leave? We need to be able to stay off the roads. Patrols are starting to become more frequent in the cities.
We should be ready, I think, unless Defion is still freaking out.
Party troubles.
Seems like it.
Well, I envy you. At least you have reliable people.
Sure.
Well, nonetheless, they know my face already. I don't think I can stay with any of you. I'll put you in jeopardy. Let me see. Meet me in Morodos. I'll see if I can be able to make it down my own. I don't suppose you may have had any more space here in your carriages. Plus, I think there might be a patrol that might be scheduled for tonight down this road. You might encounter them down there. You need to hide your face if you were to get over to Morodos, understood?
Sounds good.
Good. You see that he puts his hand on your shoulder, Rhonda. He says, "Forgive me for no proper greetings earlier. My hands were tied behind my back, Rhonda."
It's fine. It's just a lot. Not like I have to literally return to the human realm.
Floka told me that too. Well, I wish you luck. I'll meet you and the rest of your party out in Morodos. Remember, hide your face as much as you can. They don't know of Zula's existence yet, so you might get away with Zula still being able to be out there. Especially her being loud. You see Zula kind of like gives him a small punch on his shoulder. It's like, I heard that. Yes, I know. I'll see you there. You see that he pats you on the shoulder again before he puts back on his hood and immediately starts making his way in like an unorthodox path towards Morodos. As Zula kind of like now takes over the spot and kind of like leans over on the cart door and says, So, where we going?
Well, obviously, probably not going on it. Oh.
More bullshit again, of course. All right. Well, you see that she opens up her own map. She's like, "Okay. So from where we are, I'd say we're about close to somewhere southeast. Yeah, southeast of Morodos. Well, time for a detour. Is everybody okay in there?
I am sure that will be fine.
Mm.
Hopefully. I don't know at this point anymore.
We shall
neither
see.
do I.
We better start heading there double time.
All right. You see that she closes the door and then knocks twice on the carriage before you guys feel that the carriage immediately jolts again on its way on a detour from Gizganith to Morodos. On the way there, is there anything that anybody wants to do here? Any RP stuff? Any tidbits? Questions?
Nope.
Quick
Not
question
me.
Yes.
to Shamar.
Oh.
You still got my cloak?
Oh.
Oh.
I think Star might
hmm.
be. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
No!
He died!
Cloak. She took my fucking cloak.
She snatched your cloak and left you. That's crazy.
She ran with it.
And caught her red-handed. She started to run.
Exactly.
No. I was gonna say, I think, unless Cube took it from me, yeah, Shamar should still have it.
Yeah, you should still have it.
Okay, good. Just need that for a plan later.
What plan?
You will know when we get there.
Alright. Don't be stupid.
That's my job, but okay.
Do a bad job.
Moving through, I'd say probably about the time that you guys left to about now would probably be about like, in terms of like metagame time wise, would probably be around like 11:30 a.m. By the time you guys get close to Morodos,
There was one thing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, I think there was one other thing Shamar was gonna do.
Okay.
No, Shamar was just gonna, like, gauge Zoro's reaction.
Okay. How are
Like,
you?
she's trying to, like, gauge his reaction to see, like, how he's handling everything.
What is Shamar? What is Shamar reading from Zoro? What is the kind of like vibe Zoro's giving off right now that Shamar can see?
He is confused as all hell as to where they're going to be going and what the plan is.
Yeah, you see.
Shamar will
You see. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Shamar, no, you're good. Shamar will just, like, kind of, like, annoyedly, like, crack her knuckles and just, like, kind of look at him, and she'll just be like, "So, another stop across the desolate wasteland of nothing, eh?"
Well, I guess that's what we're doing. I don't know. I keep saying one thing and then it goes to another. And the woman with the scratchy ass voice says one thing and then says another. It's weird.
I'm quite ready to be done with all of this and never to return. I must say, the Ashen Lands, I am not a fan of them. I'm quite ready to burn down that woman Zula and her house as well.
What did she do?
She keeps screaming like a fucking banshee.
Was that her earlier?
Yes, it was. I had to punch her right in the jaw to get her to shut up for any amount of time.
Yeah, I did not wake up pleasantly to that sound either.
I don't think anyone did. Put me on high alert. I thought someone was dying.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it was in the city. I'm sure they would have had it handled if not. You or one of the other members would have.
Would have tried. But it would have been lovely not to have been woken up by the sound of a dying cow. Either way, sleep well?
Kind of.
I suppose I didn't quite get the best of sleep myself.
Any particular reason?
Dreams. I don't get them often. Rarely pleasant when I do.
Surprisingly, it was opposite for me.
Good for you. What was your happy dream?
It's one from my childhood. Before a bunch of stuff happened. It was a simpler time. Why not tell that later?
Sure. Whenever you want to. I think all we have at this point is time. Stupid carriage and this stupid hellhole.
What was that?
Someone's dog.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought I was tripping. Okay.
No, you are not.
Yeah, cool.
Polycord.
Oh yes, I'll explain it later.
Sure. It's all we have is time. Enjoy the carriage ride.
Zoro, well, stay silent for now.
Jamar is just like probably sharpening her lances and getting ready to throw hands. She's also probably eyeing Zula with like the dirtiest side eye. If that woman screams again, it's on sight.
Such hate for Zula. I don't see why.
Oh, okay, never mind. Shamar's going to jump across the carriage right now and start stabbing her with her new venom dagger this very instant.
Kicking through, the party finally arrives close to Marados. You guys see that Marados, kind of like any other of the other, kind of like most of the other smaller villages you guys have seen. Not as good as Vagmas, but it's kind of up there. Not as many dilapidated buildings. There's still quite a few that are standing. Some that are still kind of clean. You guys arrive at the gate of Vagmas, and you see that Zula gets off her cart and goes over to the gate guards and talks to them. During this time, you guys, does anybody want to get out, get some stretches out, because you guys have been in a carriage for quite a while? I'd say from the time it took to go from Vagmas to in front of Gizganith to Marados, it was about, but by the time you guys left, it's probably like 8:30 in the morning. And by the time you guys arrived to Marados, it's probably like 1 o'clock, maybe about like 1:10 in the afternoon.
Quite the ride.
Shamar will get out and stretch.
Yeah, I feel like Kurani would too.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you guys get out. You guys get some stretches in. As you see that Zula walks back towards you guys, she says, "Alright, well, the gate guards are willing to let us in, but..." You see that he looks over at you wrong. You see that Zula looks over at you wrong there. She says, "But the problem is they need to see everybody's faces, because they're looking for someone in particular." Goldo just had to make it even worse for us. So, how are we gonna do this?
I take the one on the left, you take the one on the right?
Sounds like a fair deal for me. But I'm pretty sure I could probably take down 4 of them.
You wish. You missed half your shots. One of them landed in fucking Fion.
Hey, listen, okay? I was hungry.
One of them bounced off my leg.
Hey, listen. How about you get stuck in an infinite sand dune place for who knows how long, and then see if you can try to swing another weapon, okay? I was hungry. Sorry.
Listen, I could already have done better. Please, I have been in worse. I dare you to try.
Yeah, we'll see in this fight. We'll see how everything goes here. So, you see that Zula looks at you wrong there. She's like, "Are we fighting our way in or what?"
Don't see any other option, really.
Oh, this is gonna be a bit of a doozy here.
Well, suddenly I grow a new face. I don't know.
Well, you see that she looks over at some of the gate guards. She's like, I don't think we're gonna get very far if we actually try to fight them now that I'm looking at it.
I could poison them. Tell them to bring us water, and then I kill them all.
Why do you want to take all the fun?
Well, we could. While you guys are here, you guys hear some footsteps behind you, and you turn to see a new character of sorts. You see a different Fallen that kind of approaches. He says,
Not more of these assholes.
"Are you trying to get into Marados?"
No, why are you asking?
Well, your fallen friend says otherwise, as he looks at Zula.
God damn you, woman. So you intend to get us all killed, eh?
If you need entry, I can allow you entry into Marados.
But
Why? What's in it for you?
Well, I'm mostly in it to help, but I would be lying if there wouldn't be another reason. I sense
We figured.
I sense that you all are strong. I merely just need bodyguards and Marados.
Bodyguards.
I say it loosely. You will not be confined to stick with me everywhere. You are allowed to roam as you please in Marados, but I just need to make it to my shop in Marados. That is all.
sure there's nothing else to it.
Why?
Well, let's say a bunch of the concoctions I have made aren't exactly favorable to some of the others. The concoctions that I have made are purely experimental, and I would be lying if I may have not caused a death or two.
Then why should we parlay with you?
Well, your entrance into Vagma, or into Marados, or I can probably lend you one of my own concoctions. I can't say that it may be a good or bad one, but I can lend you one. I have the rest in my shop if you'd like to collect more.
I'm sure our little alchemist here would love to see those concoctions, as Celeste points to Eric.
Him? Is he also an alchemist?
No.
Yes. Shamar? Oh my.
Hmm.
I don't really care what he is.
Well,
Let's just get this over with.
very well. And you see that he bypasses and goes over and talks to the gate guards. And you see that for a brief moment, you see that he kind of like pulls the gate guard in for kind of like showing him something before the gate guard gives him a nod before he gives the all clear for everybody to go back in their carts and go into Marados. And you see that he goes over. He says, "Your entrance is available. My cart is just behind as well. I will need to make my way to the city as well."
Alright. Get on through.
You guys get on your carts, and so does this other individual. And you see that as you guys are moving towards the gate, you guys see that they let you through, and they even let the other fallen that helped you guys get in through as well. And you guys, your carriages are kind of like brought over to like this kind of like a similar kind of warehouse-ish type of situation, but you notice that there's just like a small spot where they would allow the carriages to be able to go out through a separate exit. As you see that the other fallen gets off his cart and everybody else kind of like gets out, stretches, get their bearings together. As he goes over, he says, "I have done my part, and I would ask for yours as well. I merely need to make it to my shop on the other side of the city, or the village. It's not too far."
Let's get going.
You see that he just walks off immediately. Who decides to go with this individual?
I'll go.
Okay. Eric will go. Anyone else?
I feel like Celeste and I'll have Karuni go as well.
Okay. So Eric, Celeste, and Karuni. That's it. Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So Eric, Celeste, and Karuni, you guys go with this other fallen individual, and you guys walk through some parts of this village, and you guys see that some parts of this village, same thing as you've seen in the other villages, there's people like stealing from each other. You see that there are others that are like, you see that there's like a group of people that are literally like beating the shit out of one of the other fallens that's like on the ground. You see that a lot of people, there's like tons of like ash everywhere on the floor, and you see that some of the fallen that are kind of like dipping towards some of like the alleyways are like looking at you guys, and as you guys look at them, they immediately scuttle off into the darkness, until you guys reach this like weird looking shady-ish type of store, where it looks, think of it kind of like there's like a door, and then next to it there's like a display, like a glass display area, but you see that the glass has like been like destroyed, so it's just a frame that you guys can literally just like peer into this, I guess you can call it alchemical shop, I guess you can really call it. Not exactly much, but there seems to be something in there.
Ah, what a little humble shop you have.
Yes, I merely want to work as an alchemist, but the concoctions that I have made aren't exactly reliable. They have unrequited side effects, but what those side effects are vary between the person who ingests them. How I would tell? It's only after the experiment is over. Unfortunately, the experiment would require a life taken. But enough of that. You see that he goes over and opens the door to his shop, and he says, "Would you like to come in?"
I'll walk in.
Okay.
I'll say, do you mind if I have a look at your ingredients?
Sure. And Eric makes his way in. Sailor, what are the two that are both Celeste and Crooney going in, or?
Yeah, they probably will, considering what they just saw in the city.
Okay. All right. So you guys, all three of you or all four of you make your way in. And you see that this shop is like completely, like it is. First off, from what you see, Eric, any place, any alchemy shops that are supposed to be that like work with different concoctions needs to be clean. This place is the opposite of clean. There's ash on the floor, cobwebs around this place. A bunch of like the side parts of the ceilings are like there are like wood supports that are like rotting away and kind of like have like these weird fungus kind of like growing out of the wood. This is a very unsanitary place. By your expertise, Eric, it's no wonder that he makes weird concoctions, because with how this place looks, you can only guess how he treats his alchemical tools.
Really,
yeah.
If we had the time for this would be an episode of Hotel Nightmare.
What is this shit?
Listen. Fuck off. Get out.
And you see that he, takes you over to this other room, Eric, where you see that he has his alchemical setup. You see that he has some parts of these like weird vials, kind of like with these weird, some of them with like random colored glowing liquids. Some of the you see that he has his like alchemical point where he has like a burner and everything. You see that he's got a potion going, but from what you're looking at, the coloration that you're looking at from the bubbling liquid inside of the on top of the burner, it does not look like a color that would be part of like a potion that you would know of. From the color of what it looks like, it may be a potion of gaseous form, but from what you're looking at, it could be something entirely different.
Okay. I basically just want to quickly get to the root of this. Like, is there something wrong? Like, are the ingredients rotten? Is something not being set for long enough? Is something not burning high enough?
Give me an intelligence
or is he just
check.
like kind of incompetent?
Give me an intelligence check with advantage because of your background in alchemy.
Okay. Can I add my proficiency bonus because I have a proficiency with alchemist supplies?
Yes, of course.
Cool. That is a holy shit natural 20. That's a 27. Or no, that's a 28.
Woo! Fucking shit. Okay, so looking through at this like weird concoction, you can tell that the ingredients from what you're looking at on the side that he's prepared for this potion, you can tell that the ingredients are, one, definitely fucking expired, and two, the wrong ingredients for this type of thing. You can tell from what he was putting together, you can tell that for sure he was definitely trying to make a potion of gaseous form, but from what you can tell, the ingredients were incorrect, and the ingredients were rotten, and the ingredients that he had collected were not actually supposed to be for a gaseous form. You see that that what he's putting together, he's making a very crude potion of climbing, but it doesn't seem like it would be something that'd be very effective, much less could be the source of why he doesn't know why his potions kind of like do different effects, because from what you're looking at, from what you're looking at on this alchemical table, he doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing on here. So if he's gonna try to make something, this is to Eric, this is an insult to being to being called an alchemist. It's an insult from what you're looking at. And with your alchemical tools, or with your own alchemical kit together, you procure some of the ingredients and actually kind of like fixed up some parts of this. You take out the vial that is bubbling, and you see that you take out some of the liquid, and you see that you kind of dilute it a little bit, and you put a couple more things in it, and actually putting it all together, at the end of it with your 28, you actually make a potion of Dragon's Majesty.
A potion of Dragon's Majesty.
Yes.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Dragon Majesty.
you see that at the you see that at the end of it, Eric. You see that the liquid that you have created, it's gold and sparkly, but it also has that that potions are supposed to have that aroma that's supposed to be something that you always strive for when making potions. You can tell that this aroma is something great. As you see that this Fallen looks at you with wide-eyed amazement. He's like, what is this?
Well, it's how you get things done.
Can you teach me?
Eric's gonna take out his journal, rip a page off, and start writing notes down. And in the meantime, he's going to have his palm down on the table, and like he's doing a magic trick, he's going to lift it up with his fingers dragging behind and reveal from the shadow plane basic poison that he has in his inventory.
Okay. Yeah. So you procure all the items and you write down what kind of recipe are you writing down for this?
I'm basically writing down the recipe to this basic poison, and I'm gonna look at him and say, right there is all you need. Get yourself new ingredients, and I don't want you to stop until you've replicated that. Do you understand?
You see that he looks at some of the stuff that you've given me. He's like, thank you. You see that he kind of like, how some like the Japanese would like apologize. They would like, bow down to kind of like the floor. That's essentially what he's done here, in respect. As he looks up, he says, thank you. I will repay you someday.
Someday.
Yes, I will not stop until I've learned everything there is to alchemy. Thank you.
Don't mention it. And Eric's gonna walk out.
Yeah, you take this potion of Dragon's Majesty, and you walk out with Celeste and Karuni. As you guys are walking back,
Unless they want to do anything.
Oh.
Do they want to do anything? Go Celeste or Karuni?
Sailor?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything around. But I feel like Celeste is gonna probably just walk up like next to Eric. Meanwhile, Karina's just in the back, like following, kind of close close behind at a distance. And as they're walking, Celeste's just gonna like glance up to Eric, and she's like, "So, I heard you two had a lover's quarrel."
In a quarrel, it'll stay. It's nothing more.
Really?
Really.
That sucks.
You sound disappointed.
Well, yeah, I am.
Care to explain?
Sure. Well, for the first time in a while, I mean, you've always been serious and always strict and warning us to not make foolish decisions. But ever since she came along with us through this crazy journey, you've also been happier. Granted, she might have annoyed you at first, I definitely saw that, but you also, as time went on, just cared a lot about her, even though you didn't want to outright show it in front of the others. It's sad to see you guys like that. Especially you.
I may not be the expert in romance, but relationships cannot truly stay one way.
Well, that's true.
You must be flexible, because if a relationship begins to bend, you'll break.
I mean, have you just thought about talking it out? That's something really should do?
It's not a priority on my mind right now.
Okay, I understand.
We do have to get home.
Yeah, focus on the mission now, and then I guess you'll both deal with that later. Okay.
And you guys walk back. To everybody else that was standing by the rest of the carts, you guys see that Eric, Karuni, and Celeste return. And yeah, you guys have made it into Marados. Looking around, you guys see that Zula kind of looks. She's like, "Place isn't as good as Vagmas."
All of these places are terrible.
Yeah. Well, did Goldo say where to go? As she looks at you, Rhonda.
Something underground. I don't.
So he didn't say anything, did he?
Not that he will just meet us, the really specific things in life.
Yeah. Well, if I know Goldo, he'll probably find us here somewhere in the city. How long it'll take before you find us, I don't know. Well, might as well make ourselves comfortable. Who wants to go drinking?
Oh, thank God, finally, something useful.
Hey, Fiona. I got a solution to the Hat Man.
I don't think that's going to work.
Mr. Buckle, we've actually established that the Hat Man is not a Hat Man. He's just a real guy. So, I don't think that alcohol will make things better.
Maybe he'll make him your buddy.
He thinks he's my dad.
Well, the Hat Man is different for everyone. You guys, you
he's
see that
my
as Zula blushes.
Oh my god.
Shamar might just punch her in the face again, just for that.
Madam Zula, would you respectfully stop talking?
What?
Please.
Rude. But your
Forever.
voice is like nails on a chalkboard. And you say the crudest things. I don't know how anyone could stand you, really. So go do your alcohol thing. The grown-ups are talking.
Well, too late. We're gonna go or not?
Shamar will grab Zoro and pull him towards the bar.
Zula follow suit.
App will wait a second.
Okay. Rhonda?
Sure, she will just follow.
Okay, follow suits. Fionn.
Fion's also not gonna go into the bar. She's gonna stand outside.
She's gonna stay close, okay? Sailor for Celeste and Karuni.
What happened?
Is Celeste and Karuni gonna follow suit with some of the party members to go to the bar? Some of them are not gonna be in the bar, they're just gonna wait outside.
You know, I think Karuni is gonna probably go with the rest of the party. She's gonna look to us. She's like, "Are you? You know what? You stay with Eric if he wants to." And she's gonna go with the rest of
Okay.
inside.
So Celeste stays by. Eric.
I see no reason to go. We've got, to get back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mom was calling for me. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So a few of the party members go, and a bit of time passes. You guys have had a couple drinks, not too much, as of course you guys have a mission to go to. And about this time, it's probably about like maybe about like 2:30, maybe 3:00 ish. Around this time, near the bar, Rongda, did you go in the bar with everybody else, or did you go in the bar with Shaymar and Zoro and Zula, or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you went inside. I'm assuming you had a couple drinks, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Had a few drinks, and during this kind of like downtime where Zula, Zoro, and Shaymar are kind of like having some drinks and some of the other fallen, you notice that at your own separate table, Rongda, you notice that a figure like kind of takes a seat in one of the chairs, and it's Goldo. He looks over as he kind of like kind of leans in towards you. He's like, "I've made it. Do you have your token?"
Yes.
Good. I've scouted out the mines that are close to the Gizganeth vault. It's still there. They've had a couple rockfalls inside, but we should still be safe, I believe.
And so is there more to this plan, or am I just gonna have to wait for the specifics?
Well, assuming with what we have now, we might as well take the time and go in now. I don't think that they'll have a lot of security near the Gizganeth vault yet. They've spread out their forces too thin around the region, trying to find us. Let's just hope that they don't end up here in Morodos soon.
Yeah, sounds fine.
All right. When we get in there, we may have to improvise it. I wasn't able to get a good look deeper in the cave, but I can see that in the entrance is still open.
Entrance to where?
There was a construction that happened here before the cascade. Construction to have something built underground. They dug up too far, and I remember in some reports they dug up close to the Gizganeth vault. I don't know how close, but we'll just have to bet that it may still be there.
Yeah. I sure love having to guess, especially with everyone on the edge.
You and me both, Rongda. I don't like guessing games as much as you do, but unfortunately we do not have many options.
Yeah.
Gather your party. We will leave as soon as you all are ready. I'll be waiting over outside.
Will do.
And you see that Goldo gets up and leaves. Rongda, Shaymar, Zoro, and Zula are kind of having their time finishing up with drinking, kind of prepping themselves. And I'd say about 10 minutes later, they all come out. So for Fion and I'm assuming Baprold also went drinking with them too, right?
I thought he stayed outside with Theon.
Oh, did you stay outside with Fion, Hariki?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you stand outside. You guys are waiting with Goldo, kind of awkwardly sitting there because Goldo doesn't speak common. So, yeah, a good time has passed, and Celeste, Eric, I'd say probably about 5 o'clock ish in the 5 o'clock p.m. ish. Everybody returns with Goldo. Goldo looks over to you, Ragnar, and says, "Alright, it's just a party."
In the flesh.
Good. Very well. Let's move. You see that he starts moving throughout the city. You guys, I'll make assumptions everybody's following suit, just double checking, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, so everybody follows suit with Goldo, and you guys see that he weaves through some of the alleyway portions here in the city until you see that he comes across this like huge entrance to like what looks like a mine from what you guys are looking at. As you see that this mine looks kind of like collapsed because some parts of the entrance are there are like rocks blocking some parts of the entrance, but there's still what looks like, you know.
I'm sorry.
From what you guys can see, there's still at least just enough of an entrance for you guys to still make it into the cave. As Goldo turns around to you, Rongde says, "We're here. This is the cave. Just double checking. Just you'll be all right, right?"
The usual.
Good. It's about the best we can afford right now. Let's go. And you see that he goes down into the mines, and everybody follows suit. Down in the mines, you guys go in, and you guys, it's super fucking dark. Who here has dark vision? I believe.
Hi.
We'll take it one at a time. So
Hey.
Fion's got it.
Wait, did I just lie? I might have just lied to you.
Oh my
If
god.
you're an elf, you have dark vision.
He's a Shadarkai.
Oh,
Shadarkai or elves? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I have dark
Okay.
vision.
Okay. Shamar. Oh yeah, Shamar
Yep.
has it.
Literally an elf.
Karini has it.
I think
Rhonda should
just
have
about everybody has it besides
Eric, Zoro.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys.
No, Phyllis doesn't have it.
Oh, yeah. So you guys go in. Celeste, you kind of have to like stay close with somebody throughout these caves, and have like a torch lit up for everybody else as well. But you guys move on through. Oh,
I was gonna say she's gonna like hold on to Eric's cape.
fair enough.
Eric's.
So yeah, you guys
It's
move
actually
through.
really good.
Eric ignites his staff to kind of like create a little bit of some light.
Yeah,
And
I
you
can cast
guys.
light actually.
Fair
90
enough.
feet
Yeah.
of brightness.
So you guys move throughout these caves, and you guys see that these caves look like have these abandoned, like mine shaft. It is look like it has not been like nothing has happened here for like centuries. Cobwebs everywhere. You guys can hear scuttling of like insects or creatures that are within this cave. Would you guys push on through? Moving throughout this mine shaft, you guys come across a path that forks. So you have 3 individual paths, one that leads off to the left, and then you have 2 that go straight.
The maze strat. Okay, guys. The actual real life maze strat is you stick to one side. So let's stick and go only left until the dead end.
This is a
And-
strat I have followed for a long time.
I deadass do this every time I'm in a maze, and I always get out. I always get out.
You mean stick to the left wall?
It's up to the party. Where is it that you guys
Something
go?
like, yeah.
But guys,
that-
what if in meta, Cube has thought of this trick and is gonna make us go in a circle?
Well, you promised
So
that you
we
would
should
never
stick
be
to
a
the
metagame.
right.
But what if he thought of that already too? So he tried to go ahead and again for us to go the other way. So
I'm
then
going
he'd
left
make us
because
the way
left
to go
is
the
the
other way.
best. Left is always
You
the
know-
correct option, even
Okay,
if it's
Oh, we
wrong.
eeny, miny, mo.
We'll
Feels
we'll do it
best.
like this. Is the party gonna move as one, or are they splitting off like
Yeah.
Scooby Doo and the gang?
I
No,
think
we
we're
gotta
all
stick
sticking
together.
together.
Sticking
Yeah,
together.
we're all
should
sticking
Gotcha.
together.
Gotcha. Okay. So where
But-
is it that the party intends to go? Left,
Left.
middle, or right? Left. Is everybody okay
Let's
with
You're
go
all
that?
left.
getting, you guys are getting
Yeah.
played. I'm going backwards.
Oh
Let's
my
just
God.
go back.
He's gonna go backwards towards the
Hidden
entrance of
key
the mine shaft. Hidden option, yeah.
What about Gold though? Doesn't he know what the fuck this place is?
He's only heard of it, but he's never been in it because he's seen it in records.
Wait. Is this the place that was in my
So
dream,
this-
bro?
So this fucking Gaylord comes with us, makes everything harder, and now we have to ferry him around, and he has no information.
He has whatever information he could collect, but how is he gonna know that a cascade that would literally be the death near extinction of his people would happen, plus a mine shaft that could potentially be his one way of freedom? How would he be able to prepare for that?
Better. He would be able to prepare better. He would be able to have a fucking map, loser.
What is it? What happened? What happened, Fiona?
Goldo should die too.
is
Goldo
it-
and Zula.
That was in my dream. The
Which
place
is
with
all
the three
gonna
doors.
No, this isn't
Oh.
it.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm headed to the rope store. Do you guys need anything?
Rope.
die. Rope.
So, everybody's gonna go left. Is that what I'm hearing in a consensus?
Seems like a
Yeah.
All
Because I
right,
can't use my etherealness anymore to teleport and figure out which path is the right path.
sounds good. So you guys go left, and as you guys move on towards, through this little mine shaft, you guys hear more scuttling of stuff and something that may or may not be watching you, but you guys push on through, and you guys push out into this entrance to this huge part of a cave that has yet to be properly put safety stuff on. So it looks like this portion of what you're looking at of this cave is incomplete. There's a bunch of tools around that have been here for who knows how long. There's crates full of stuff. There's just rock piles everywhere here. There's a lot that is in there's really just like a broken place here. I mean, I don't know if anybody else. You do see, however, that there is another way to go through on the opposite side. However, there is a huge gap that you guys are faced with at this current moment, as of course, since this place wasn't properly put together, the bridge that usually would be connecting with with a rail is not there. So
Zoro can just literally fly everybody over.
that's up to Zoro. If you want to do that, you can do that.
Can we jump?
I'd say
Wait,
in terms
Misty
of
step.
in terms of how far this is, if I'm going to talk about it in feet, this is probably about 105-ish feet from where you guys are standing to where the entrance is.
Can I?
Dude,
Oh, never mind.
that extra 5 feet is a fuck you to whatever 100-foot ability we have.
Yeah, no.
I had that prepped already, dude. I didn't think that was a fuck you, but hey, I can see it as that, so I mean, it works.
105 is a bit specific, man. Come on now.
It's just too specific. I mean,
Yeah.
why?
Listen, I pulled up a random number generator for it. And I was like, okay, how many feet is this thing gonna be away? And then the first
Okay.
number it gave me was 105. You gave me 105.4. I'm like, 105 is
So-
okay.
I got a question, man. How big is this? How big is the area he's in right now?
How big this area would be?
Like from where he's standing to the ceiling. How much room he got?
From where you're standing to the ceiling, there's probably about about like 60 feet of space between
Oh, okay.
you and from what looks like the ceiling of the thing. But from where you're looking at, Zoro, you can kind of see that like the ceiling curves, but then it just goes dark where it like curves upward. So from what you're looking at, though, you pretty much have enough space to be able to fly.
How many people can Zoro carry at once, though?
Well, Zoro
You can make multiple trips.
Yeah, you can make multiple trips. I don't know why you'd want to do it
I'm
in
saying
one.
though, no.
Up to
I'm
3
saying
people.
he's gonna get like exhausted, bruh.
This
gonna
man
be
is
fine
8 feet
carrying
tall
people.
and built out of fucking muscle. He'll be fucking fine. Lord have mercy. He carries an armory with him.
All day, every day.
Fine.
Yeah,
I'm
honestly,
concerned
girl.
for Zoro's safety. Okay, his
I'm
health.
not.
Well-
He'll be fine, bro.
What if he loses stamina and we fucking fall and die? I want to be on the
Well,
first
then
row.
adios.
So
Ooh,
then
well.
we'll start it off like this. Zoro, who will you take across this very dangerous cave that, from what you're looking at, from the bottom of like where you're looking at, Zoro, this looks like it looks never ending. Though you may have dark vision, you still can't see the bottom of it.
That is very high. All right, he's gonna go ahead and grab up the two fallen motherfuckers, and then
So you're grabbing. Who are you grabbing? Are you grabbing Zula, Rongda, or Goldo?
Just drop the fallen people into the ditch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Zula and Goldo. He's gonna lift up.
Jesus, take the
Okay.
wheel.
And
Give me.
Rhonda.
So we'll start off with Goldo and Zula. Give me a strength. Yeah, give me a strength check with disadvantage because you are doing this one-handed, by the way. Unless you're gonna try to force it with the other hand. Oh.
Actually, first of all,
Okay.
he's actually gonna use Giant Smite first to make it easier.
Okay.
And then second of all, he's also gonna be lifting with not only his hand but his tail as well, as we said that he could use his tail as an arm.
All right. I like it. So yeah, go ahead and give me this with advantage, actually.
Okay, hold on. Let me do my Giant Smite thing real quick. Okay, and then the check or a saving throw?
Check.
Okay. And that is that is a 13. I got 2 8s. That's crazy. Well, luckily enough, he has tactical mind, so he's gonna go ahead and use that.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
And that is a 7. So it's a 30-20.
Yeah. So, you're able to get them across. It was a little bit of an issue there because it's kind of weird to use your tail, but you kind of got the hang of it a bit. I say it was a bit difficult purely because of the weight of Goldo, because these are large individuals to be a bit more specific. So you are carrying.
That's
them
why he
across,
took them first.
But yeah, you took them across, and yeah, you were able to get them across the other side fairly well. No issues. Who will you take next?
Alright, then he'll go ahead, he'll start taking, he'll take, Celeste, and, I was gonna say Mercurial, but he's not there. Celeste and Bapril.
Celeste and Bapril. Once again, give me a strength check with advantage because of giant strength.
Okay. 22.
All right, yeah. So you're able to bring them across, no problem. However, when you do end up bringing them across, you see that you land, and as you are making your way back, you feel the cave begin to shake. And looking over towards them, Goldo, Zula, Celeste, and Baprold, you guys see that some rocks fall above from you guys, and you guys are able to actually, for this, give me saving throws. Give me some dexterity saving throws if you'd be so kind.
Crazy.
I gotta make some saving throws for.
He was gonna give it for free.
Stream chat. This is proof that Cube doesn't love us.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
Guidancing it with a 17.
17. Celeste.
Give me a second.
Yippee.
26.
26. Yeah. Goldo and Zula made it as well. You guys see that these rocks like fall down, and you guys were able to jump out of the way of like this like ledge portion as the rocks collapse and like break through this like ledge portion. As you guys see that from the other side, you guys see that these like materials just fall down into this like abyss, never ending. And you guys see that over on the other side, the kind of like cave portion, or like the caved in portion, ended up like causing the entrance of that place where Goldo, Zula, Celeste, and Baprold are to kind of like be caved in, but you guys can see like just a tiny bit of light emitting from it.
Oh, how wonderful. Okay. I mean, is everyone okay though?
Everyone's fine. You see that you look over and you see that everybody else is okay on the other side, and you look over, and as you kind of like peer over through some of like the cracks in the stone, you see Celeste kind of like looking around, kind of like getting her bearings together.
I'm okay.
Hello. Can you hear me? Okay.
Ow. Moving that fast hurts. Oh man, hurts my leg.
My leg.
I think we're good.
All right, I'll be back. He's gonna go ahead and start bringing everybody else over then.
Oh, the entrance was caved in, so the entrance where they are is caved in, essentially being cut off.
So
When the fuck did that happen?
I just described it. Just
No, you didn't. Fuck you, honestly.
Did you not hear the description that I brought up of like when like the rocks fell?
So
Yeah.
they caved in. So can
Yeah, you just said it caved in, and then you asked them for saving throws. You never said that it caved in the fucking door.
On their part, I even described it at the end that you see a tiny bit of light from the entrance where Goldo, Zula, Celeste, and Baprold are, but the entrance is complete. The entrance where they are is blocked now.
Okay, then let's start throwing shit at it.
I think it'd be better for Zoro to start seeing if he can break it open first before throwing more shit.
What weapon are you gonna use to try to break this open is the question.
I don't know. That's a good question too. I got so many.
You're
You know
like
what?
the bombs expert from Atlantis.
Alright, I guess he'll use his Blackstone hammers just to like break away at it.
Don Henry.
Let's see.
Actually,
Oh.
no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to accidentally burn them. You know what? I'll use my battle axe. I have no purpose with it.
As you swing, you cut into the stone, but you see that as you cut into the stone, you see that some bits of the other stone above it begins to start moving as you hack away at it.
Okay. So he won't be able to clear it out with it caving in more then, right?
It's implied from what you're looking at that any more obstruction from where you are right now to try to break them free could inadvertently possibly cave in on top of them.
Okay. All right. He's gonna go ahead and go through the crack then. Do you guys have anything on the other side?
So Celeste, Baprold, as you guys look over with Goldo and Zula, you guys do see as well that there is more to this mine shaft for sure. There is more to it that you guys can go down.
Yeah, looks to be much more ground we can cover.
More way to go down, and no way to get out means we go down.
I guess.
Well, I'd say that's the only option. I break any more of this will cave in on top of you guys.
You see that Zula kind of like elbows Goldo. She says, "I told you should have checked it first." Goldo just looks like, "I was not able to. Getting here to Morodos was hard enough. We'll probably find a way out of here, I think, Zula." You see that Zula looks over it. She's like, "Alright, well, I guess we'll probably find our way through. We'll probably see everybody else on the other side, Zoro, okay?"
Alright. I'll let them know.
You see that Zula kind of looks over at you, Baprold, and Celeste. She's like, "Alright, well, shall we get going?"
Ain't like we can stop.
Well, let's see where the road leads us.
Hope it doesn't kill us in the process. You see that Zula readies her hand axe as you guys make your way down in there. Cutting back to the rest of the group with Zoro, Shamar, Karuni, Fion, and Rongda, and Eric. As you guys are here, the only way to go is go back.
So, part of the cave, as you guys saw, collapsed in on itself. I tried breaking away at it, but anymore, and it could cave in even more, trapping them further. They said that they have a way out. Well, a way down. Don't know where it leads, but they said they're going to keep on going, and then they'll see us on the other side.
Did they tell us there are alternative routes for us as well?
Nope.
We don't leave the Ashen Lands in this fucking session. I am legitimately going to give up.
Alright. Can Zoro see anything
That was
else?
a strange thing to say, Shamar.
Yeah, nah, that's not Shamar, that's fully me. I am so done. I'm so done with the Ashen Lands, man. I am done.
What were you asking, Zoro?
Is there any other sort of entrance that Zoro can see?
From what you're looking at, no. The rest of the other entrance that you could see from here also kind of looks like it's been caved in, and it looks as though that from what you're looking at as well with a bit more of an examination. You know what? Give me a perception check. Give me a perception check for this one. We'll check this out. This perception check to see to kind of give you a description of what's going on here.
Oh, 22.
Yeah, so with a 22 perception check, Zoro, you can tell that a lot of the sedimentary around, where these caves or where these hallways for this mine shaft were created, you can tell that a lot of the supports that are supposed to be holding up the rest of the material above has gone through many what looks like years of just rotting. That it looks like a lot of the supports that are supposed to be for these mine shafts are kind of close to their wit's end. So in what would kind of be described here for Zoro is that this place could essentially be one whole tomb for the party if they're not careful.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic!
Alright.
Fantastic.
Alright, everyone. So, bad news. We don't have any other way towards them. So, I think our only way out would be to go through another Another entrance.
Or how
Well,
about
we still
when
have the
we
center
find
and the
those?
right.
How about when we find those fallen motherfuckers, we just kill them both and leave?
Oh, if we don't get encased in this
I thought
tomb.
I was the one with issues.
I'm so very tired of this, and of being told, no, you go there. No, we must go back there. At this point, I think they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. I need to get back already. Every second I'm not there is a second Tal isn't safe. And what are we even doing here?
You'd be surprised to know how untrue that is.
You may be surprised to know that you know nothing, although we all have been in the loop for that. Maybe that's just been something you have decided not to notice? That you are not omnipotent? Don't piss me off. And Shamar will just storm off.
I think that was the calmest we've ever seen Shamar.
Someone better keep her in check before I do.
About to get your ass kicked, boy.
She called me boy. Is that racist?
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, I'm assuming the rest of the party will have to make their way back. Fionn, Rongda, Shamar, Karuni, and Zoro, Eric.
Yeah.
You're
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so you guys make your way back. And you guys say that there are two other ways you guys can go. Both of these go straight, but there's one in the middle and one to your right.
Alright. Now, who goes with who? Or are we all going together again?
I mean, yeah, we should all go together. And by together, I mean together this time.
Shamar's just gonna say fuck it and go to the right.
All right, who's following suit with Shamar? The rest of the party gonna follow suit?
I'm following Shamar.
Okay.
Alright, I guess
Let's fucking
Didn't
go.
leave us with much of a choice.
All right. So
she took the lead.
So moving through, you guys go over towards the right, and you guys move through this mine shaft once again, and moving through, you guys come across what looks like a checkpoint area where it looks like there's like a small what's it called, like a small area. You know how I hate how to give this right now and kind of break immersion. You know how kind of like in Minecraft people would just like put a door and then would like put windows in like a cave and call that their home in like a hole in the wall essentially in a cave. That's essentially what you guys are looking at here, where it seems like there seems to be like a home that has been like carved out into the cave. It's kind of like a checkpoint area. However, the place looks the area that you're looking at is completely abandoned. There's cobwebs everywhere. You do notice that there are a few fallen skeletons here, and you see that the door that leads into like the other area inside the checkpoint, this kind of like rest area in the checkpoint, is like has like fallen down, is on the floor. And you see that onto your left, you see that the path continues to your left.
I think we just could go ahead, continue on. Well, Zoro does.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we should just keep moving.
Yeah, Shamar isn't even gonna stop.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Moving through. You guys continue moving forward until you guys see that there is a sign that seems to have been kind of like put, is like leaning up against the rock, as the base part of it has like broken off, but it hasn't fallen over yet. You see that there's a sign that is on it. And Rongda, you can read it, albeit some of the letters are kind of missing from it. The general warning that you're getting from this sign is cave-ins. And then you also see that there is another particular symbol that is next to it that catches your attention, Rongda. A symbol of a bomb.
What kind of?
Cube is predicting his fate when we inevitably pipe bomb his house after this session.
Yeah.
Hold on, was it like cave-in? Sorry, I was like...
So the warning that is giving that the sign is telling you is that there is demolition equipment that is up like farther down this part of this mine shaft. So it is recommended to be careful, as as from what it's looking like, some of the demolition equipment may still be around.
Yippee. Bombs.
That boil rope bombs.
You have it.
You want them?
I have them. So long as you
I
have
do
enough
want 'em.
rupees.
Anybody got any spare rupee?
Moving through, you guys continue moving throughout this cave. I'm gonna need everybody to give me a perception check.
I'm gonna.
Literally about to crash out.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you down.
I got a 14.
I got
That
a
is an
13.
insane perception.
It is. You saw that, right? You saw that.
Oh damn.
Funnily enough, I got the same perception as well.
What is everybody's
oh.
perception checks? We'll go at it one at a time. So
Bitch,
see
no you
everything.
didn't. You got a 22.
we'll go at it one at a time. So Yaka, what did you get on your perception check?
A natural 29.
Okay. There's only one person that really needed to kind of get an idea of this anyway, so long as one person passed, you guys are good.
Already got a 39.
Nice, man.
39. Holy shit.
No, 31.
31. Oh
I got a
god.
31, yeah. I got a
Um,
31.
Shit, I guess we're rocking with highest, so I guess we're rocking with Karuni's then. Karuni, you notice moving through that there seems to be something that's kind of like, it seems to kind of be like clicking, and it's hard for you to really tell. That is until you begin to understand. That is until you begin to see that on the ground beneath you, there is something that seems to catch your like a glint that catches your attention, and you immediately manage to stop the party in time to see that yes, some of the demolition equipment is still rigged, and some of the demolition equipment, however, have been pushed out of the walls and are now moving throughout this mine shaft. As you see that there is a what looks like stick of explosive, seems to be at your foot.
Oh.
Everybody.
What?
Wait.
Kingsman 2 core. Alright. So we got a bit of an issue. And she's gonna point down to the explosive.
You guys see it,
Oh.
that there is an explosive that has rolled over past Karuni and has nudged itself up onto your foot, Zoro.
Oh.
Joy.
Can we
Is-
use that?
Gonna pick it up.
Yeah, you have an explosive.
Let's go!
Bombs!
So
Alright, Q. Be prepared.
I urge you
Well,
to give it to me.
I was
Be
gonna
prepared
say,
for the pipe bomb.
I was gonna say, cube.
yes.
I just realized that. Would in this instance also be counted as a trap? Because Karuni has find traps as a spell.
I'll call this instance that it is Find Trap, because the way that this has been built, this is an abandoned mine shaft, so a lot of the stuff here, like the dynamite, I'd say I'll just say it, dynamite has been like put into the walls, but they weren't ignited. So the whole thing with this is that, I guess you can call it kind of like a situation where it's like a trap. So yeah, we could call it that it's Find Traps. You can use Find Traps for this.
Okay, so what I want to do then in this instance, I'm gonna cast Find Traps, so that way she can see it within the 120 feet. And as they are walking through, she's gonna direct like where the dynamites are and where to be careful.
Sounds good. So you guys keep moving throughout this cave. Karuni always keeping a watchful eye, and about maybe like 60-ish feet from where you guys first found that dynamite, Karuni, you can feel that there's another dynamite, and it is not a regular one for sure. And as you kind of like move over a bit more, you notice that the dynamite is kind of like embedded into like the bottom left corner of this like mine shaft. And you can see that you can barely like see that like the string is like is out there in the middle of the track. And you manage to pull out the dynamites very carefully from the little corner. I'd say you've collected about 5 pieces of dynamite here. Moving through, you guys managed to move on through, and if it wasn't bad enough, moving through, you guys end up finding that there is another checkpoint where this checkpoint has tons of more bombs here. You can see that there are tons of crates that seem to have, well, red, kind of like red paint on the side of it. You guys can pretty much tell that these crates are that of explosives. This checkpoint, from what you guys are looking at and done some small counts, there is about 25 crates here of explosives.
Oh,
That is a lot.
We're gonna have bombs forever.
Zoro's gonna go ahead and start putting them bitches in his bag of holding.
Same.
Absolutely,
You have a bag of holding?
absolutely.
Really, like
I
whichever it
didn't
was
know
that
Yeah.
So you
He
guys,
had a bag of holding.
That's where he holds his weapons.
so
I was gonna say, Karuni, as she was like helping like remove some of the bombs, the dynamite from like different areas and everything. She was like also keeping them in her component pouch.
for you guys that want to collect the dynamite, give me dexterity checks to see how many you can collect, because there is something that does happen here, however.
Ooh,
No.
fine. Alright.
Yippee!
Well,
I have
luckily.
faith in myself.
Wait, let's
That
just
is
check.
a 21.
21?
I got a 14.
14?
Am I
Hold
gonna?
on, mine's loading.
You're gonna explode
So
and die now.
is it a dexterity? Is it a dexterity check, or is it like a dexterity saving throw?
It's a check to see how much you can collect before this happens. This instance
Okay.
happens.
Oh, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that very quickly. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. Fionn, Rongda, you guys wanna give a shot?
I don't
at
need
prob-
bombs.
Okay, Rongda.
No.
Okay. Eric, did you try to get any?
I am the bomb.
He went ahead.
I'll take that as a- I'll
rolled
take that as a-
technical mind. My new roll for 18.
Take that as a no from Eric. Okay, so both Karuni and Zoro. So Karuni, you were able to Karuni, you were able to collect with your, what was it, 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the 21, you're able to collect at least 12 sticks of dynamite. And Zoro, you were with a well, there's not exactly like a fail part of this check, so tactical mind wouldn't work here in particular.
Oh, okay, bet.
So for you, Zoro, with a 14, you ended up collecting about eight more sticks of dynamite.
That's in the total, then I'm alright with that.
However, just as
How much did I collect?
Oh, that's right, for you, Shamar. With a dirty 20, you're able to collect about 11 sticks.
Let's fucking go!
However, as you guys are here collecting dynamite, Eric, you hear a click. Something is there until you guys hear a loud bang. And Eric, as you turn around, you see that there is a stick of dynamite that has rolled up behind all of you, ignited.
Shit. Is it like still the fuse still on?
The fuse, there's literally like, from what you're looking at, there is literally 2 seconds left on this fuse.
I blurred the shadow flame.
So
The money!
you kick it into the shadow plane. Give me a dexterity check. Give me a dexterity check with this one, Eric.
Dude, I'm not good at these. You can't do this to me. Unless I got a 15 plus 2, that's 17.
17. You were able to kick it into the shadow plane, but as it's already moving into the shadow plane, Eric, you hear another bang, and next over to the right of you, another dynamite that is sticking out from one of the boxes is ignited.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He just wants to kill us.
What do you mean I want to kill us?
No, Q.
No, he means Q.
No Q.
Oh, okay. So just getting blamed for like literally fucking.
Oh yeah, it's your fault that we're in this situation.
Eric.
Can I silvery barb it?
Silvery barb the dynamite.
I'm gonna say nuh-uh.
Not this time.
So the dynamite is ignited. For everybody else as well,
wait.
you guys. Oh, I was gonna say for everybody else as well. You guys also hear this like bang, and you guys are like panicking, looking around. Eric is the only one that can see this dynamite that is ignited right now, and this dynamite is eerily close to Karuni.
Everyone, we need
Of
to
course
leave.
it is.
Can I use Mage Hand to like pluck the fuse out of the dynamite?
You'd have to be quick with it. Once
Would I
again,
have
this.
to- I was gonna say, can I use frostbite?
Frostbite. So we'll rock it. We'll rock it like this, right? We'll rock it like this. So for you, Yaka, go ahead. What are the stats for Mage Hand? Because this would have to be another dexterity saving throw, but it would be on.
It doesn't
Mage.
have stats.
It doesn't have stats. Okay. So then what I'll allow is I'll allow you to cast Mage Hand freely, but then you still need to give me a dexterity saving throw. But we'll use your dexterity. We'll use your particular dexterity modifier for the dexterity check for this Mage Hand.
Well, yeah, that's how that works. That's a 12. I think I'll have to use tallies for this. How many tallies, guys? I got 5.
2.
2 tallies? That sounds good. That's 2d6s.
Yep, 2d6s.
Yeah.
What do we get for these 2d6s?
Oh, that's a 6. That's an 18.
18. So yeah, you were able to quickly like cast out Mage Hand and like quickly butt out that dynamite. And you would think that this would be over, right? You would think that this would be over.
If it's not, we leave. We just all die, bro.
Uh-huh. And on this now, Eric, now hearing this, you now hear lots of things that may be coming down this hallway or this mine shaft. To see now there are not just one, but multiple sticks of dynamite now beginning to roll down this hallway and now beginning to be within view of you guys.
And they're not lit. You didn't say that.
They are lit.
God damn it.
No.
They are
We could have
Well,
played
said-
Yep, so they are lit. By the way, that dynamite that dynamite, Eric, you add it to your inventory, so you have 1 dynamite now.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
So
Can we
it's,
just throw dynamite back at it?
Oh,
down
yeah,
the-
that's... Dude, there's literally a phrase for this. Adding fuel to the fire.
Fuel to the
Don't add fuel to the fire.
Yeah, we're fighting
But-
fire with fire, bro. There's a difference.
Exactly.
But here's the issue. You guys are the ones that may or may not be here in this tomb because you guys are still within an area where there's dozens of explosives around you.
So
Well, I mean, sucks
You
to
know,
suck. I
if-
mean, I can teleport. Sounds like a you problem, quite frankly.
it's with everybody else. I don't know how everybody else would want to do this one,
Wow.
but yeah,
What,
these
try to think like
these
a
dynamites have rolled down this mine shaft. It's got to be quick thinking. What happens now?
Wait. I have warding wind.
Warding wind. Okay. Let's see. Give me a slide.
we could just leave.
Hello.
You could give me a sleight of hand or Zora's suggestion instead of trying to put you guys in more peril.
We do still have an exit. We could just leave.
Yeah, you guys are not in like I said. There's a
told you
checkpoint, but
guys
there's
we
another
need to
way
get
to
outta
leave.
here.
Yeah, there's an exit spot where you
Why
guys
are
can
we
leave.
doing all of
You guys are trying to. I didn't say you guys are at a dead end. So
Yeah, we'll leave.
all right,
Yeah, no.
with party
I'll throw
decision.
dynamite.
How many do you throw down the hallway?
Shamar's gonna throw 2 lit sticks of dynamite back down the hallway because if they're already lit and they're heading towards her, someone knows they're there, so she's throwing shit back. So if they die, they're all dying.
Okay.
Guys, I have advantage on death saves in case this goes poor.
All right.
That's gonna help.
So
That's the spirit.
making your guys' way through, hearing the you guys hear explosions happen, and as you guys run out, Shamar, you immediately throw 2 sticks of dynamite down the other way, and bolt off as you guys hear an explosion, and looking behind, there is definitely a cave-in that is going to be catching up to all of you. Give me, everybody, give me another dexterity check.
Guys, where did we go wrong?
Check or saving throw.
Check.
Oh no, we
Ooh, that's my
wow.
highest
Fixing
roll
us.
of the whole session, an 11.
I'm actually rolling good.
No.
I
Easy.
got a
23.
15.
And that's
throw?
Check.
Almost.
I'll check.
I wish it was a saving throw, bro. Even though I have disadvantage, I have +9.
Plus
That
9
basically
too.
cancels it
I
out.
got
Who-
a 19.
Who? Okay.
I got a 7.
Oh, I was gonna say who got higher than a 16.
Me.
Not me.
Me. Okay.
I did.
Would I be able to grab anyone that is sort of lagging behind?
It's okay. I'll
You
just
don't
fucking
have to.
die
I can
solo.
teleport.
I can
Okay.
also teleport. I forgot
Oh,
about
okay.
that.
That's cool then.
Okay. So, Eric, Zoro, Karuni. Oh, Rhonda, what was your check?
I had a nat 20.
Oh, not
So
20. Oh, she made
24.
it. She made it.
Let's
She made
go!
it. Yeah, she made it. So, Eric, Zoro, Karuni, and Rongda, you guys were able to be fast enough from this cave-in that you guys actually make it out and kind of like land in a much larger cave. Unfortunate for Shamar and Fion, you guys see that the cave-in is somehow much faster than what you guys had seen, and you guys see, almost like in slow motion, that these rocks are beginning to fall. However, in this one particular instance, Fion, you turn around to see almost as if time itself has stopped. Well, I should say in more detail, very slowed. As you can see, the tiny bits of rock above you slowly begin to fall down. And as you look in front of you, you see that the figure once again stands in front. And in
Did you
this-
light all that fucking dynamite and trying to kill us? Do you actually have a mental problem? Because you're terrorizing my mind.
You see-
You actually tried to
you-
ruin my life.
Hannah,
Sure,
you're
sorry.
in the Gordon Ramsay.
The lamb sauce.
You do notice as well, Fion, that
Where's the
This-
lamb sauce?
you see that this figure puts one hand on your shoulder and one on Shamar's. And as it puts its hand on both of your shoulders, it says, to you now. You've never heard a voice from it, but now, besides
Yes, I have.
besides your name being called from this entity,
And it's saying it's my
something
dad.
else.
It's my dad.
You are needed alive. And as it says this, let me go ahead and make some rolls real quick.
Could have saved myself. Didn't need this thing. Thank you.
Can Shamar finally feel the touch of the fucking hat, man?
Yeah,
Well,
honestly.
we're looking at this from your perspective first. We'll get it from Shamar's perspective in
Oh,
just
good
a
lord.
moment. But 1 second, I need to grab a lot of dice for this. Hold on.
Guys, I just want to make sure 12 plus 7 is 19, right?
Was that your roll?
Yeah.
No.
12 plus 7 is
Oh.
19.
I need it for my chem homework.
Oh, chem homework,
I
okay.
just wanted to make sure.
Girl.
Oh, shit.
I'm balancing equations, okay? I need to make sure I do this shit right.
Hold on.
Actually, I gotta see if my shit's graded. Hold on.
Oh, shit. I dropped my other dice. Hold on. Okay. Let me make a few bits of rolls. So both. Okay, well, we'll call it like this. Shamar, how is it that you're gonna get out of the situation with these with these rocks falling above you before I give you this roll?
Shamar's gonna teleport.
Where will you teleport to?
Shamar is going to teleport probably to where, what's the word? Zoro, what the fuck's his name? Karuni, and the other one are.
Does you want to say on my name?
Wait, so you're gonna teleport to them? Your teleport, if I remember, can only allow you to teleport to spaces you've been to before. And they have gone past
so
you
I'm
farther
gonna
up the
teleport
cave.
there. Yeah, so I'm gonna go there.
But it needs to be a space that you have previously visited.
Yeah, I was there before.
No, this other part of the cave is a different place. This isn't the same one that you guys encountered earlier.
Then she'll just teleport back to the wherever.
Very descriptive.
So are you...
I cannot be bothered, honestly. She'll teleport to another place inside this large labyrinth. She'll leave here.
Well, there's two other places that you can teleport to. You can teleport back to the fork, or you can teleport back to the other cave where you were with the rest of the party before the cave-in happened with Zula, Goldo, Celeste, and Baprold.
Why would she go there?
Well, those are the other two places that you have previously visited that are points of... Or you can teleport back to the other checkpoint that you guys had encountered earlier, the first one that didn't have any dynamite.
Or could I just teleport out of the cave?
And then you would teleport...
So I can go... Yeah, I could teleport all the way out of the cave to just anywhere else in the Ashen Plains.
Yeah, so if you want to teleport to somewhere else in the Ashen Plains, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What particular place are you going to exactly? So you guys have visited Vogmas in front of Gizganith, Marados, Sornath, you guys have been there. Close to Sornath as well. Those are about the places that you guys have visited too. And also the library close to Sornath as well is where you've been to.
She could just try running through Gizganith, because didn't they say that was the place where she was, wasn't that the place where the portals were supposed to be?
Yes. So if you want to go there, that's a place of high security, but you can try it if you want. Yeah. So you want to teleport in front of Gizganeth?
I don't know. I'll get back to you later.
Fair enough. So then just you, Fionn. As this being holds your shoulder, and it tells you that it needs you alive, you once again feel a very sharp pain again, almost like the one that you had earlier, where it feels like forbidden knowledges have begun to start pouring within your mind and start kicking up so much pain. You end up taking 25 points of psychological damage as you immediately blank out and are in a kind of like pass out.
Okay, I've decided.
Okay.
Shamar is going to teleport back to like the first checkpoint, and she's gonna find who lit the dynamite and kill them.
Okay. So you teleport back to the first checkpoint. We'll continue with yours in a second, Shamar. So you're able to save yourself. So Eric, Karuni, and Zoro and Rongda, as you guys had managed to make your way through and kind of like fall into this other larger cave, you guys see that this large cave, yes, indeed, there at the back end of this cave, there is a wall that looks much more refined and much different than the rest of the cave.
Uh-oh. Maybe uh-oh. I'm not really sure. It could be not uh-oh.
If it's more refined, it's used more, that means that it's seen more recent action. Which could possibly mean we might have more people here. Which could also mean
it could even
we
be
might have
where
to
the
fight.
portal.
That too. But then, again, have to be well kept. So something's
the portal
down
should be
here.
well kept, yeah.
Not the portal itself, but the area around it.
So
It is well kept.
you guys are in
Okay, let's go.
this. You guys are in this much larger cave, and moving throughout this place, you guys notice that it's like this place has been worked on, but definitely still seen some age as well, as like the rocks are still kind of like collapsing little by little. But this place definitely is much more, like the cave portion of this area that you guys are in is much more kept. Almost as if there was a lot more care put into this one particular place. And then at the back end over at the wall, you guys feel the cold wall. And it's like a much more refined steel that is on this wall. But as you guys look and, gander at this wall, you hear more rocks kick up, but not as a cave-in. You guys see that a large chunk of rocks fall down from the ceiling and land in the center point of this room. But you notice something very odd about these rocks. These rocks have something growing out of it. A familial purple glow that you see from these rocks. As you can see that these rocks begin to start shaking on its own and start molding and breaking apart until it breaks up into none other than a very large golem. That you guys are face to face with. Cutting from there, we'll cut to Celeste and Baprold for a tad bit. Celeste, Baprold, you guys, along with Zula and Goldo, begin making your way through the cave, going through this mine shaft portion, and you see you guys come across this area where there's like a bunch of these mine carts here, and you see that there's like a lot of crates, and with a bit of investigation you can see that these crates are filled with what looks like coal deposits almost that are in here. Any reason why these are here, Goldo? Well, if I remember, this cave used to be renowned for... It was coal and one other thing. Can't remember. I believe it's steel, but I believe that's it. I don't think there's anything else around here for us to use. Damn it. Stupid cave-ins. There's another path down this way. Tell them we can go this way. You see that Zula looks over at you, Celeste, and Bapril, and she says, well, Goldo says we can go this way, and he says that this might be another way for us to, I don't know, get somewhere within this mine shaft.
Well, can't get any deeper than this, I guess.
Yeah. Might as well. You see that Zula starts making her way down that way, following Goldo. But as you guys are walking down this way, you guys feel a very large rumble, almost as if something you guys feel a large rumble in this cave, as if there is something that has perturbed it enough to cause it to shake. But thankfully, with a bit of luck, no cave-in. Still safe. So you guys keep moving through a bit more cautiously, moving through bit by bit by bit. That's until Celeste and Baprold, you, Zula, Goldo, all make your way over to this other kind of like checkpoint area where there seems to be like a station full of like pickaxes and stuff, kind of like a station for tools. You see that there's a lot of tools here, like pickaxes, shovels, a lot of broken materials here too, and what looks like inside of like a small smaller like room area, what looks like kind of like a smithy, almost like this is like a place where they would end up building the tools and would end up handing it out to some of the guys that would work down in the mines here.
A thought occurs. So that's gonna walk towards that smithy thing.
Okay.
Is there like a hammer there?
Yeah, you see a hammer that has like a bunch of cobwebs around it. Yeah, you still see a fairly alright hammer that's in there.
Alrighty. I'm gonna try and blow the cobwebs away from it. Dirty. God. Cobwebs are on the gloves now. Ugh, I'm gonna clean those later. Okay. I'm gonna take out my mace. Alrighty. Well, only one way to test this out, and I repeatedly beat the mace with the hammer.
He beats the shit out of it.
Work again. Work.
Okay, yeah, you hammer away at it, but nothing happens, dude. You're just beating the what ends up actually happening is that when you hit the mace with your hammer, what actually happens is the anvil itself and the hammer begins to like start getting indents in it until your mace is literally about like halfway into this anvil.
Damn it! Why are you this good?
Celeste just looks at it, watches him, and she's like, Bro, do you know you could maybe just not do that?
Shut up! I'm thinking. I have to do more. That fixes it, and I keep going.
He literally hammers all the way through with this mace. He ends up splitting the entire anvil in half with this mace.
I will proclaim the loudest fuck I can make.
Fuck! Just echoes throughout the cave.
Well, I mean, if that mace is bothering you so much, what happened with the other one I gave you?
So anyway, where do we go?
Backwards?
Oh no.
Favith? Back.
The young one is using first aid. Is this what it's like to feel the fuck up?
The anxiety he's probably feeling is immense. Holy shit.
Favith Baprold, what have you done with my mace?
Now, to be fair, technically, the mace helped 2 people out.
What do you mean by that statement?
So you remember that blade that Fiona gave to Shamar?
I'm aware.
And you see these sweet ass gauntlets I'm wearing?
So this is just gonna grab the nearest pickaxe near her, so it starts charging at Baprold.
You see that when she picks up a pickaxe, she, in your eyes, Baprold, no longer looks like the little girl that like her mother had asked you to take care of. She looks like a completely different being. She looks like literally the representation of death from what you are looking at, Baprold. You no longer see Celeste, you see the Grim Reaper.
Oh fuck. Wake up, Mace! Hey, wake up, right now.
I was just gonna essentially just tackle Baprold down, and she's like, "You sold my mace out for a pair of cheap gauntlets?"
Now, to be fair, these gauntlets are really fucking good. I would like to
He's gonna stab the
manifest
pickaxe right
one
next
of
to his
these.
head.
Oh god! Before you even able to move, Baprold, and say, and like when you finish your sentence about the gauntlets, you see that Celeste like slams the pickaxe next to your face, inches from your cheek.
Were you at least drunk when you did this? Even fucking worse.
I might have been compromised.
So you were sober. That's even fucking worse.
I did for Fiona.
So it's just she just gets up. She doesn't even say anything.
Damn.
Zula kind of like moves over. She's like, "So, are we ready to go, or?"
Wait. I'm picking up my mace from the anvil. I'll fix you yet.
Well, I guess off we go, right? Yeah. Okay. You see that she like quickly runs over to Goldo, and just starts walking down the cave far from you guys.
So it's just gonna follow Zula.
Yeah, so you guys follow suit. Moving through, however, you guys come across this like weird weird part in the mine shaft where it looks like there is something down the way that seems to be on the mine shaft, or like the inside the mine shaft. Something there, human-like, but it's hard to get a proper reading because it's dark.
I got an idea on how to light this hallway.
So
I
how?
charge a level 1 guiding bolt.
Okay.
Let's fucking go!
This is the only way to fully test something without killing it. And I will thunder cunt this guiding bolt into the direction of the humanoid.
Do you aim it at them?
Yes, if they are strong enough, they will dodge it.
Give me an attack roll. Ooh.
Well, level 1 guiding bolt plus 8. That is a nat 20.
Oh!
No.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I need to take a look at a stat sheet real quick. Hold on. Not a creature's, a person stat sheet.
Me! I know it! I know it's gonna be me!
Featuring the creature.
La criatura!
Hold on.
La
I
criatura.
need to.
La criatura.
Oh, okay. I need to check. How much damage do you do? Will it count as max damage? How much did you do?
Max damage?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, since
It's a
you
level
mean
1.
crit or fully?
With crit, because you rolled a nat 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
max
do full.
damage,
You do full damage.
48.
Fion.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
We'll kick it back to Fion a tad bit before this.
speaking of
Already getting diddled by the Shadow Man.
Fion.
Fuck.
So
Great Shadow
Fi-
Legend.
Back in the fucking
So-
building again.
Fion. This is like This is like our Baldur's Gate run. This is like our Baldur's Gate run, Yaka. She got critted with the nat 20 cutting bolt. Oh my god, the PTSD is crazy.
I'm back in the... Wait, I got critted?
Yes.
If that rolled, I swear to God, when I fucking find you. When I fucking find you, how much was that? I thought Shamar was getting critted. What the fuck?
That is 48 damage. 48 damage.
Chat.
Oh my god.
Chad, I'm bloodied. I have 57
Bloodied
hit
off
points.
a level 1 guiding bolt. is
No, because I took
wild.
22 psychic damage earlier.
Yeah.
I've
So
taken like
The fact.
to
taken
give it
70 damage.
to call
Oh
back
my
a
God.
bit before Fion got hit with this. Fion, when the entity had like grabbed you, right, and then you got this whole part where like forbidden knowledge is being placed into your mind, you immediately are awoken and are now able to see clearly that you are standing in this kind of like castle mansion thing that you had seen before, but now you're fully awake and able to see everything. You notice that there is this big castle that has like this beautiful garden out front where you're standing, that lead up to the steps to the entrance of this what looks like a wonderful place, but it's offset by the fact that your vision seems much different. Usually from what you are seeing, you would usually see color, but your vision only seems to be seeing in black and white almost. And as you get up and move towards this castle, you feel as if your legs are like constantly being like dragged down. It's like moving through sludge almost as you are like walking towards this castle. So you finally make it to the door and you open it, and you see that there are steps that lead up to a second floor with doors to your left and right and a staircase in the middle.
I walk up the stairs
All right.
after cursing out that.
As you walk up the stairs, you are looking at the library-ish portion that you had seen in your visions again. You see the bookshelves, you see the books flying around, but you see that they're almost like constantly changing into different things. You notice that a book has like the cover part of it talks about like the theories of magic before another minute when it turns and then it turns back around towards you. It's now like a diary of some sort, or like another book that you're looking at that it looks like it forms into kind of like a bird before you see that the bird ends up changing into a boar and then changes back into a book. All of these books that you're seeing that are floating are like changing into many different things that just don't make sense. But you see down the way, there's that throne you remember, and the entity stands there, and it's almost like in the visions that you had seen, the entity standing there, and like in the visions, Hushan's eyes are the only thing you see from this entity as it peers back at you, almost like peering into your soul. Before you blink, and you see that it's gone, as a voice echoes inside of this hall saying, "My creation has returned." Good.
I'm good, thanks. I would like to go home, please. Also, can you use your real eyes and face instead of my brother's face? That would be greatly appreciated. Mr. Hatman.
Hatman, I am not. However, you are home.
No, my home is back on the material plane. Right now, I'm in some fallen place, but I'm from a Shadakai village. I'm not from this fancy pants place.
Oh, but there is history you have forgotten. Very well. I will help you remember. And you see that the entity appears again, and you see that it reaches again, like palms spread, ready to grab you at the face again. Before immediately you feel a surge of pain kick up in your chest, and you see, as you look down, looks like burn marks. And as you look up at the entity, you blink a couple times as you hear the entity say, "No, my creation." And you see that it reaches out again for you before you are immediately woken up by the pain of being hit with the guiding bolt in my chest.
Rolled the D1 block blocker.
It's a big golden middle finger just hitting across her face right now.
She's gonna sit up and like orient herself. Which one of you did that? I don't. Please.
Celeste is immediately gonna point to Baprold.
Zula immediately moves to like Zula and Goldo kind of like push themselves up over on the sides of the cave.
April, could you please fix what you've done? Because I'm in a lot of pain right now. Physical, mental, emotional. Please, I feel like I'm on fire, and that's not something I should be feeling. Ever.
Alright. I cast 2 level 4 Cure Wounds.
Okay, how many do I get back?
She had 57
First
health
one
from all of that.
First is 26.
Yay!
Second is 33.
He made up for it, thankfully, in the end, and
Thank
Fionn got a bit of extra health on top of that too, so that's good. So yeah, you feel some of the pain begin to subside, and it completely goes away. still doesn't help that you still have a bit of the psychological pain that you have endured earlier, but besides that, the physical pain you are feeling is completely gone now. But yeah, you get up to your feet and notice that you are now in a different mine shaft, this time with Celeste, Baprold, Zula, and Goldo.
How did I get here?
Dunno.
I was gonna ask the same thing. We were thinking that you were something completely different. Hence why I threw that.
Oh, I guess that's fair. We had some guy lighting dynamite, and then I almost died then too.
Did we hear that?
Just my luck. And then I went back to the Hatman place, and then I woke up here.
To give a bit more perspective, yes, Baprold, you and Celeste did hear what sounds like an explosion that happened in the other part of the cave.
So that was you guys earlier.
Well, it was mostly, I think, General with a K and Captain Zorro. It wasn't really the rest of us.
King Arson and the Barbarian.
Yes.
To be honest, that makes sense.
Well, there was loads of dynamite. They kept picking it up, and then some random guy was throwing it at us. We never caught them, so they're probably running amok amongst these mineshaft.
Well, you're lucky that you're on the calmer side now. The only thing we've had so far is a broken anvil and the horror that is Celeste when she's pissed.
Why is Celeste mad? Is everything alright?
You remember how I sold the mace?
Oh, yes! But that was a good thing, because you got new items from it, no? You were able to give Shaymar a present.
Yeah, tell that to her without her splitting my skull open.
Well, you were doing a good thing.
Celeste, at this very moment, she has her hand gripped in a fist.
Miss Celeste, if you're going to blame anyone, blame me, because I was too poor to afford it, so Baprold really did what he felt like he had to do. It was really only out of the kindness of his heart, and if you're going to be upset at me, because it's kind of more of my fault than his fault.
Fion, as you are looking at Celeste, you no longer see Celeste as like the demi-human, but rather it seems as though she like emits this aura of like pure anger and death that even Fion has never experienced before, and that says something. This aura you feel is something wholly different than anything else. As you look at Celeste,
I understand that you are angry, but please do not take out your anger on Mr. Baprold. It was my fault. I take the blame.
Fion,
for yes.
Please. Let me take this.
No. It's the least I can do. I mean, you healed me.
Fion,
it's the least I can
just
do.
hit you with a fucking guiding bolt. I nearly sent you to the grave.
It's okay. It's alright. I wasn't really here, so it was an accident.
That doesn't fix the thing I did.
Yeah, but I'm not mad at you for it. You didn't know. You didn't know. I wouldn't have been mad at anyone else either. If Shaymar stabbed me on accident, that would be... I mean, Zula has stabbed me on accident. I'm not mad at her.
That is so sweet, but also so wrong.
No, it was just... Like, I understand things happen. Mistakes happen. I'm not mad at you for it, and you fixed it as soon as you could. And I'm actually better than before. And it is my fault that you sold your mace, because I couldn't afford to buy the gift for Shaymar. So you took matters into your own hands, even though I told you not to. So it's my fault, really. So I should take the blame for this.
This might be a little too late, but I think we probably should get going. As you hear Zula say that, you feel the cave rumbling again. but not in like a way that's like a cave-in, but almost as if something has happened not too far from you guys.
We'll agree to split 50-50. But for now, that's the focus.
We'll go 9 to
Yeah.
10. I'll take,
80-20.
Moving through.
I'm 80.
Moving through, you guys move over, and you guys kind of like come out to like this other smaller, like, you guys see that there is a light at the end of the path, and moving through, you guys see them. You see Eric, Karuni, Zoro, and Rongda there with a giant fuck off golem with crystals protruding from some of the joints of the rock, staring right back at them.
So, who else agrees here that we have not seen anything here and we should probably turn back?
I would have to agree with you on that one. I have dealings in the other place.
Oh, hey guys, what are y'all doing over there?
Damn it, Astra.
Oh! Zoro! Hey! You see that Zula waves. Goldo looks in and kind of like looks in shock. He's like, "This is dangerous, Zula." You see that he draws his blade. Cutting from here, before we end off our little session, we have a small tidbit that we'll kind of show off with Shamar here. Hold on. So, Shamar, as you had teleported back to the checkpoint and you had begun making your way over to immediately start sprinting down the hallway to where this person would be throwing dynamite, you hear a bang ring out down this hallway.
Okay, and?
A special guest would like to take it away for me.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Taxi?
Taxi.
Hearing the voice down the hallway, Shamar, you see emerging from the shadows, no longer wearing the armor you once saw them in, but rather wearing now a white outfit embroidered with purple and gold, with a particular looking monocle looking back at you, Shamar. It's the man you met at the Colosseum, no longer wearing his armor.
Oh,
but
that queer
now-
guy.
But now wearing an emblem and an armor set of the King's Guard. And
So,
Oh.
I'm going to immediately throw 8 attacks at him.
Uh.
And if he lives, we'll introduce him next session.
I was gonna say we'll kick it off here for this one because I know it's kind of late for some of the players here, but that is gonna have to be it for tonight's session. Thank you everybody for tuning into tonight's session. Tonight's session was definitely a fucking roller coaster of emotions, nat 20s and whatnot.
Every time Fionn got kicked down and would get up again, she would get kicked down even harder.
So,
Fiona, the queen that she is, did that.
The unbothered
What-
queen.
so what
Truly.
I'm getting from this is the dice are telling me to keep being an asshole.
No.
Because
like my asshole.
what's literally funny is that it literally was just Baldur's Gate 3. Literally Baldur's Gate 2.0 for
Oh
Yaka,
my
Lino,
God.
and I. Because in another stream
Because-
when I was streaming Baldur's Gate,
We weren't streaming it, thank fucking god. He hit me with a crit hit guiding bolt and fucking insta-killed Valkyrie. And, like, I'm getting war flashbacks, bro. I'm back in the fucking building. Like,
Cause like she moved into combat and I didn't know that she moved into combat. So when I
we
saw
thought I was
her,
a bad guy.
I thought she was a bad guy. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'm like, I have direct line of sight. I full crit in her. I was like, oh, I got a crit, and then I look, I was like, oh shit, I got Valkyrie.
You know, my facial expression during that entire scenario just now was, it started with you reacting like, oh, I need a stat block now, and I was just like, oh, I probably killed an NPC again. Well, nothing new for Baprold. And then Shamar started reacting, and I was just like,
oh no,
wait a second.
Did I hit Shamar?
Wait.
And then he heard
me.
me.
She can probably tank it a bit. Like, two cure wounds should be enough for her. And then you said the word Fio, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, that was fucked, dude.
Yeah, I was at, before you cure wounds me, I was at 57 HP. I started at the session at 130.
Jesus,
and
so much damage throughout it.
Oh, it's psychic damage, I forgot.
I took a bunch of psychic damage earlier.
God.
Because
remind me next time to heal you a bit more.
Okay. We're just going into combat.
Yes, we will indeed be starting the session off strong with some combat. Do be ready for that next week, next Monday, when we have session 29 for Eyes of Astra. Thank you everybody for tuning into tonight's session. Anything you guys want to say before I end the stream? Any thoughts or anything you guys want to talk about for today's session? Or
are you really gonna make us wait a whole week, bruh?
Well, I have to get the thing. It shouldn't take a week, but with how my week is going, I don't have a choice because Tuesday and Wednesday I'm gonna be streaming. Which, by the way, you guys should tune in for that as well. Just regular gaming stream, and then from Thursday.
What do you mean you'll be streaming on Wednesday?
Oh, no, because I'm going to stream early morning, all the way up until before our session, because my boss doesn't need me for work in the morning on Wednesday, but rather he needs me for work from Thursday through Sunday this week. So I will not be, I will be streaming early morning, but then I'm going to stop streaming somewhere later in the afternoon before our D&D session. Of course, I'm not going to forget about that shit. But, yes, do tune in.
Or I guess be there or be cube. Ha 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 ha.
Fair. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight's session. I still didn't get everybody's input. Anybody want to say last minute things before I end off the stream? Any thoughts, prayers, anything?
We're still in the fucking Ashen land, bro.
We are still in the Ashen plane. I like how Cube's like, by the way, this mission's time sensitive, and then he drags it out to being like 12 sessions.
Exactly. It's just like, can we get out of this fucking thing already? I'm so done.
Cube just doesn't want to make a stat block for Verther.
Stat block for Berther? I have his stat block already set. I'm not sending it if that's what you're gonna fucking ask.
Send it.
No, fuck off.
Send that shit.
I am not sending it.
No, Cube. See, I need it because I might steal some ideas for my own sessions. So I need a DM to DM, not a player to DM. Zula genuinely does have an annoying ass fucking voice though. Oh my god.
It reminds me of Torbeck.
It reminds me of the fucking Roz from Monsters Inc, bruh. That fucking lady. Bruh. It probably looks like her too.
I actually took the inspiration from the chocolate person from SpongeBob. Yeah, the grandma who asked for chocolate.
She doesn't have a New York accent. She says chocolate. I remember when chocolate was first invented.
I took inspiration from her from SpongeBob. I hated it.
Can we bomb Zula, please?
Yeah,
bro?
honestly.
I'm sick of her.
I can try and guiding bolt her next time.
Please.
Yeah,
hopefully you don't roll a nat one and
accidentally hit Fiona again.
If it's a nat
if he rolls a nat one, it has to.
It'll
hit
have to hit.
It'll have to.
It has to hit her again.
I'm so waiting for the combat for next session too.
Fion's just gonna.
No other reason than it's funny.
It's just
Fion's
funny.
Just gonna forgive Backroll for it. She would have forgiven anyone, but
Bro,
I can only imagine.
Sweet, but oh so wrong.
I can imagine it's only gonna get worse in Time Twisters.
Well, I'm not playing as Fion in Time Twisters.
I know.
I'm playing as a pirate. Bro.
Imagine it's gonna get worse though in like different campaigns. She's still gonna get critted by none other than Eric.
Oh my fucking Christ on the
So we
cross.
can all take the guiding bolt and just kill.
Fucking Christ on the cross, bro. Do not go cleric in fucking Reflection for Vanished. That's not allowed. Twimble, you're not allowed to have guiding bolt.
Oh my god.
I've already used guiding bolt, and I actually hit, and I one shot.
Yo, my bad,
Don't you see what I mean? Maybe I'll be the cleric.
I will
Alright.
say,
Maybe the real cleric was the friends of aid.
I'm not friends with you if you fucking crit me again.
I'm
Cube
sorry.
specifically. Not you, Baprold. I mean, Hariki, you're okay. It's Cube. Cube can actually go suck my nut. Because
I
he keeps doing
did
this shit
it
to
as
me.
an accident! It's the first time I did it as an accident, okay?
Yeah, the first time.
This is
And then you
why
did it
Mom
again.
doesn't fucking love you.
Literally, bro. Cube literally is my
Alright.
op.
Alright.
But I enjoyed this session. I enjoyed Fionn going
it was a fun
schizo.
session. There was a lot of
Um,
surprises, I will say.
Fionn is schizo.
I'm
guys-
so
you guys know her
fucking
alone
ready
now.
for the Ashen Land to be over with. Let me go home.
Fionn also would like to go home.
With that attitude.
Yeah, we like
Wrap it up.
Theon would indeed like to go home. Uh-huh. For sure.
Not
Wrap
that
this
home.
up. Wrap it up.
In the next episode of Eyes of Astra, Fiona
Oh yeah.
isn't going home.
By the way, guys, Anna Williams was announced for Tekken 8 now.
She has a low
Bob
she
is
has a low
bobbing.
tornado launcher. I genuinely hope every anime in a bad year.
All right.
Listen,
I don't
She
know
has,
what
she has a, she has
I'm
a
not a
stat
virgin.
that already shows like she's giving you a negative effect on it. If it has some
Negative
sort of chip
aura?
damage or no, like a negative aura that like debuffs you. If it has anything to do with heat, if it has anything to do with frames, I will genuinely meet Harada head first and I will slap him in the face.
Me do that.
Maybe he'll. Maybe
Hold
he'll.
his head still.
Hopefully you can guiding bolt him.
Yeah. Also, to every Tekken player out there, God of Destruction is no longer the highest rank. You know what the new highest rank is? God of Destruction Infinite,
Oh, that's
which
a
is
new one.
locked behind 7 other God of Destructions.
Oh god, that's gonna be a hell in of itself. And here I thought I was gonna try to grind out to get to at least Fujin. Fuck, man.
Oh, I would suggest that because once season 2 starts, rank reset.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to at least get to. I'm gonna try to get to Fujin with
Really?
Law.
Okay.
I'm gonna be Fujin when the rank resets.
Oh, you're
Well-
using Taylor?
Fuck. That means I'm currently just story with Lily. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah,
Well,
I think you go down to warrior.
Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. We can improve. We can improve together. The power of friendship.
Yeah, but I want to play
No.
Anna. I'm tired of Lily. I'm sorry. I'm tired of playing as
Well,
her.
then yeah, you can play.
Hey.
That's fine.
Hey, you have the advantage of $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning into tonight's session. We will see you guys. Well, I will see you guys again tomorrow for tomorrow's stream, and everybody else will see you guys again either in a stream or next Monday when we have session 29 of Eyes of Astra. Thank you
I thought
everybody
this was
for-
session 29.
This is session 28.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you
I'm going
everybody.
schizo.
Thank you
Oh,
everybody for
always
tuning into
wrong.
tonight. I know. You're one number ahead always. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight's session. We will see you guys next time. Thank you. And